This crap, man. These cops are out here arresting people just for breaking the law. Man, these tyrants are out of control, bruh. I thought you were a lawyer, now you say you can rap. Well, I listened to your record, made me go take a nap. The rhymes you're spitting out, they make you sound like a nut. Your latest track, it's got less views now than Gun Cereal's butt. Well, you say you're just a man who wants to smoke out some weed, but you smoked yourself stupid, boy. Get the help that you need. You think you could be like Tom McDonald, be an internet star? The problem is your brain's so tiny, it would fit in this jar.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
You know you're gonna lose.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Now watch me play the blues.
Frivolous lawsuit.
You put against cat.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Make sure you wear the hat. All parties have been sworn in. I've read your complaint.
It's a frivolous lawsuit.
The way it's written, it sounds like you've been smoking paint.
That means
if we have that title to your shit, we will take it.
Oh, come and take it, bitch.
All right. I want your money and I want your dignity, and I'm taking both.
To quote my good friend Artie, come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch. Come take it, bitch.
Come and take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
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 Take it, bitch.
Take it, bitch.
She spit in my face.
you're a fucking idiot.
She spit in my face.
Shot little pick, dude.
A woman walks into the ladies' room at the mall. She enters one of these stalls and sits down to begin doing her business. As she starts to pee, she looks down at her shoes and sees a head poking under the stall, looking up at her with a camera. "What are you doing?" she screams, frightened. "I'm recording you," says Denver Metro Audits. "But this is a bathroom," she squeals. "Yes, a public bathroom, and there's no expectation of privacy in public," he tells her. "You don't belong in here," she yelled. "I didn't see any sign saying that," DMA replies. "It says ladies' room right on the door." Maybe it does, but it doesn't say no men allowed, does it?" he asked her. "What? That's stupid," she sputtered. "You're being a Karen about this, and what's stupid is shaving down there," DMA answered, holding his camera up. "If you let that bush grow in, it would create privacy for your hoo-ha like a hedge." She stared down at the activist lying on the filthy floor looking up at her. "A hedge? Look, they should put a lock on that door if they don't want people coming in. They need to create privacy," DMA said. "It says ladies' room. They assume men won't come in here." "Well, they shouldn't assume that. And I can film whatever I can see. It's my First Amendment right as an independent journalist." "Oh, you're a journalist. What are you working on?" she asked, sarcastically, wiping herself. "I can't divulge that information at this time. The story isn't finished yet," he lied as if there were a story. "No expectation of privacy in public," he reiterated. "But I'm in a stall," she cried. "Yes, and look, it's open on the top and the bottom," DMA answered in his thin voice. They need to create more adequate privacy because if I can see it, I can film it. You don't have to like it, but it's my First Amendment right. The conversation droned on like this for a while. The woman on the toilet and DMA on the filthy floor next to the toilet. Finally, the woman says, "Christopher, don't you think this is inappropriate? I'm your mom." And that's a true story. Absolute true story.
Oh man, I love that. It was great.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, my goodness gracious me. I'm so happy to see all of these wonderful people here today. Hip, 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 hooray. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Great to see you guys here once again. This is a beautiful Tuesday morning. Oh, my goodness. We made it through Monday, and we're all right. Oh, man, oh, Shevitz. I'll tell you what, man. Oh, last night was rough, but I'm all right now. Because, and by the way, Edie Marie, I did see that you gifted a membership. All right, I'll give you a happy dance in a minute. So, okay, out here, you know, I'm in Florida, man. The time difference, I ended up having to stay up late because I wanted to watch Regan Benson go to this town hall meeting because I'm used to her, you know, like flipping her lid. And I mean, she came out there and did what she does, but like I sat there for hours watching this. She comes out, she's like, yeah, homeless people need help. Okay. Yeah, they do. Thanks. Okay, so that was kind of like pointless and kind of anticlimactic way to spend the evening. There were a couple tiny bits and pieces where there was some action after she spoke because some random person that was a fan of hers called in and started swearing at them for not letting her talk longer. But whatever. She wasn't saying anything except, you know, because she was hollering at the city council because they said that the only way we could do more to help homeless people is if we spent more money. But where are we going to get that money from? You want us to raise taxes? And she's like, I can't believe all you guys talk about is you want to raise taxes. Shouldn't you be talking about you want to help the homeless? It's like, okay, if you would have listened, they want to raise taxes to get the money to help. Where do you want them to get the money to help the homeless? They want them to pull it out of their assholes? Use magic spells and money just appears like magic? I don't know. I mean, whatever. It was just Regan doing what she does, but she didn't actually do anything this time. So whatever. Nakoti was first. She's going to get the first happy dance of the day. This is for you, Nakoti. All right. Thank you very much. Scott Ammo in the house. What's up, Danny? Good morning. Good to see you. Little 12 Big World. Hey. Let's see who else. Just Jenny's in the house. What's up, Just Jenny? Always great to have you here as well. I'm your highway star, yeah. All right, good to have you here. Let's see. I'm not first. Oh no, they cheated. Who's now enemies in the house? What's up, Jam and Jet? How's it going? Let's see. Little Chihuahua, Jam and Jet, Terry Barnes, Melissa. Let's see, Vestige of Peace. What's up, Vestige? Good to see you. Good morning. Big hugs. That's what I'm talking about. Always big hugs all around. Greg Jonick in the house. What's up? Good to see you, buddy. As always, good to have you here. Let's see. Little Chihuahua, News No Enemy, Danny, Vestige. Ian Smith is in the house. Good afternoon. Today I can confirm as per New York versus Reyes 2023, any homemade misinformation once laminated supersedes all previous statutes, laws, and policies. Nice. Oh, I love that. Let's see. Ian Smith again. Danny, Vestige of Peace, Greg Jonick, Gem and Jet. Norfolk Southern Pokey District. All right. How you doing? Good to see you. Great to have you here as always. All right. Edie Marie, that's right. I owe you a happy dance. All right. Thank you very much. Let's see. Danny, Salacious, Edie Marie, Gem and Jet, Maserati 5000 GT. All right. Welcome. Good morning. Good to see you. Salacious, Vestige of Peace, Greg Jonick, Edie Marie, Maserati 5000, Billy Yank in the house. What's up? There's no need to fear. Billy Yank is here. All right. Love it. Hit that thumbs up. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Big time. Seriously. Danny Greg Jones, Xerxes, I quit in the house. It's not my fault. I sure did it, but it wasn't me. All right. Let's see. Sue Bear's in the house. What's up, Sue Bear? Good to see you. My producer, the one and only, the lovely Salacious, is in the house. All right. P. Barnes the second. What's up? Leland Squirrels. All right. Good to see you. Always great to have you here. Kim Crawford. All right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, $2 for Peter K. Good morning, world. All right. All my hexes live in Texas, and Blackheart Knight's here too. Oh my goodness gracious me! Happy dance from Texas to Tennessee. All right, thank you. The stupid button got stuck. All right, let's see who else. Blackheart Knight, Kim Crawford, Sue Bear, P. Barnes II, Little Chihuahua, Kim Crawford, Texas Tim. All right, we got our Texans in the house. All right, Salacious, Blackheart Knight. Let's see, Jam and Jet, Kim Crawford, Colrack's in the house. What's up, Colrack? Good to see you. All right. Let's see, Jam and Jet, Colrack, P. Barnes, Kim Crawford, Blackheart Knight, Billy Yank. Ray for $10. All right. Good morning, everybody. All right, Ray. Here's your happy dance. All right. Thank you. Awesome. Great to see you. Glad you're here again. For those of you who missed yesterday's show, Ray actually was up on panel. It was pretty cool hanging out with her for the day. It was fun. I enjoyed talking to her. Very, very, very nice, very intelligent lady. Let's see. P. Barnes, Coach Kruger, Kim Crawford, Maserati. All right. Frauditor Ram. All right. He's on the treadmill. All right. Here we go. I got something for you. This is a double dose of the host with the most from coast to coast. Better than all the coast. Anyway, I was gonna do this for our old buddy. This actually. Oh, wait a minute, Greg Jonick for $5. Time to wake up News Now Voodoo and give him a good tasting to start our day. All right.
Sounds like he's got sleep apnea.
All right. That's how my dad used to wake us up. To stab me. Jam and Jack gifted 5 memberships. All right. Here's the happy dance for Jam and Jet. All right. Thank you. I thought that was a monster thing. I love it. Oh, that's great, Scott Ammo. Anyway, we got a. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? Maserati 5000 GT. Give News Now Voodoo a high voltage breakfast. Here we go. All right.
Hey, come on. I'm not even over the last one yet. You're already starting to get, Maserati, huh? Just because you got a fancy car, you think you're cool? Well, guess what, man? I drive a Cadillac Escalade, homie. Yeah, that's right. Wait. Oh, I'm not. All right. I drive a 1972 Ford Pinto. But still, hey, ouch!
Sorsha Red Hair's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Sorsha? Good to see ya. All right, so I wanted to start this morning since I got two things going on right now that I wanted to sort of get into a little bit. One is, oh, wait a minute. You know what? Before I do that, look at this. We already got Blackheart Night for $2. I need to taste this doll again, baby. All right, for crapping on Blackheart Knight's front stoop.
Hey, Blackheart Knight, hey, who pooped on your stoop? I did. And next time I'm gonna poop in your soup. How do you like that? Who pooped in your soup? It was News Now Voodoo, baby. Yeah, that's right. I'm the turd bomber from, oh crap, you could use that against me in court. I just admitted it. Damn it. Ow! Ouch! Oh, crap! Ow.
Man, you don't like that none too much. Anyway, yeah, I love you guys. You make my morning so much fun. So much more fun than doing anything else. Anyway, since we got, and this is News Now Voodoo's idea, but it works out because Frauditor Ram said he likes, watching my show while he gets on the treadmill. And I said, well, I'll give him a little bit of music to give him a pump. Yesterday, I sang some LCD Sound System. But today, I had a song queued up just in case Highway Star showed up. And since he's here, I figured, you know what? Hey, Bad, what's up? Yo, Hez, American Ninja. G'day, bloke. Hey, good day to you, too. And this is dedicated to Highway Star and for Frauditor Ram's workout. Here you go. All right, Highway Star, this is for you, buddy. And Frauditor Ram for your workout. Here you go.
There's a message floating in the air, control. Crazy horses riding everywhere. It's a warning, it's in every tongue. Got to stop them crazy horses on the run. What a show, there they go, smoking up the sky, yeah. Crazy horses, all got riders under you and I. Crazy horses. Crazy horses. Never stop and they never die. They just keep on pumping how they multiply. Crazy horses will they never halt.
fade. Keep on moving, and it's all our fault.
Wait a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody just said, is this ABBA? What the hell are you talking about? No, stop that. That ain't right. You can't compare the Osmonds to ABBA. Plausible reliability. What's up? Good to see you. All right. Highway Stars song should be Convoy. Oh my goodness. Muted Voodoo, he's covering his ears. Oh, here see no evil, hear no evil. That's right. He don't fool around. We don't all fool around. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream. That was just a fun little thing I thought I'd throw in there. Because, you know, there's News Not Voodoo's been teasing, you know, about the Osmonds, this and that. So I thought it'd be nice to show the one Osmond song that's actually worth listening to, maybe. At least it's surprising that coming from them, but is this ABBA, somebody says. Yeah, that's it's you know, considering it's the Osmonds, that's actually a great song. But anyway, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, oh boy, these Frauditors, man, they're really getting out of hand with some of this nonsense. Gee, what a surprise, right? Oh, they're so horrible. But we also got our good old-fashioned sovereign citizens, and I saw this. It's nice and short. This is from Old Squishy Gardner. Always love Old Squishy Gardner. If you guys aren't subscribed to Old Squishy Gardner, definitely check his channel out. He watches the court cases so you don't have to. It just cuts into the best parts. So let's get into that. Wait a minute. What did Methodist Dave say? Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. Which would be great, but I'm more like, white man came across the sea. They brought us pain and misery. They killed our tribes. They killed our creed. They took our game for his own need. We fought him hard. We fought him well. Out on the plains, we gave him hell. But when it came too much decree, oh, will we ever be set free? That gallop, man, the Iron Maiden gallop, you can't beat that. All right, let's see. Old Squishy Gardner, non-existent soft-sit idiot makes special quick appearance in custody to show cause. It doesn't go well. Yeah, this is nice and short and to the point. I love the way this judge handles this sovereign citizen idiot. And one of the things that happens in this video that I like to point out is one of the many things about both the Frauditor and the sovereign citizen script that drives me absolutely up the wall insane is that, like, for example, it happened in the Darrell Books trial, and it happens in this very video I'm about to show. Challenge jurisdiction. Well, the court rules that due to blah, 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 we do have jurisdiction. And then they say, wait a minute, how come you didn't address jurisdiction? I just freaking did. Like, it's the same thing, like, why'd you pull me over? Well, because you don't have a plate. Yeah, but why'd you pull me over? I just told you. Like, it's insane trying to. And that's like the very last thing this guy says at the end of this is, well, you still haven't mentioned jurisdiction, even though the judge had already ruled on it. Anyway, you'll see. This is nice and short and to the point, and I love the way the judge handles this guy.
Morning, I'm Referee Pachorka. We'll go ahead and get started. Looks like this is file number 98-000338-DM. Looks like we have both parties here. Mr. Rogers, I have to advise you before we get started that you have the right to request a court-appointed attorney. If you make that request, we will postpone today's hearing to give you time to speak with your counsel. And Mr. Rogers, are you requesting court-appointed counsel today?
I appreciate your question, but I'm not interested.
All right, then. Ms. Mullen, if you would please call the case.
Thank you. This is the matter of Mary Orman, now known as Maciage versus John Rogers. And this is an arrears only case. Since April of 2015, there were 2 children between the parties. The balance currently owed on the account is $25,000.
Your Honor, I object.
All right, Mr. Rogers, what would you like to say in response to today's show cause?
I'm here by special appearance to object to this court's jurisdiction. I filed 3 sets of paperwork 2 weeks ago. Are you in receipt of them, and are they on the record for the record?
Wait a minute. Those pages that were ripped out of a book like this, that were written in crayon, that said, "Me no likey mean judges and cops is mean." Is that what you're talking about, you brain dead douche canoe? Flat, smooth brained koala? $5 from Billy Yank. How many times has challenging jurisdiction ever worked? Here's the fact, Billy. For these guys, never. Realistically, there are times where a court actually legitimately doesn't have jurisdiction and the challenge does work, but it's almost never what these guys are in fact, no, it's never what these guys are talking about, ever. In cases where a legitimate jurisdiction challenge works is like if, I don't know, they're trying it's a criminal matter, but they're trying it in civil court, or the opposite, or if the location isn't right. You know, you were in Chicago and you got pulled over by a cop who happened to be from one of the suburbs, so technically he didn't have jurisdiction in this. There are times when jurisdiction, or even subject matter jurisdiction, like I said, if it's the type of crime that court doesn't have the jurisdiction to do, but they're trying it. There are ways that, see, this is one of the reasons why this is actually, because I know you're just it's a facetious question basically, but really the reason why I'm sort of digging a little bit deeper is because it actually is important to understand, because a lot of people get confused. Why do so many judges let these sovereign citizens do this jurisdiction argument nonsense? Well, because, again, there are some certain situations in which it would be a legitimate argument. So technically they have the right to bring it up, and the judge has the right to hear it, or, has the duty to hear it. However, once the judge rules on it, okay, it's done. And then that's when these guys like to say, but you didn't address my jurisdiction question. I just said that court rules that we have jurisdiction. Gavel down, done. Now move on to the next thing. What's up, Doc Danger? All right. Good to see you. I played the intro with your joke this morning. All right. Good stuff. Let's get back to the video. Whoa.
The court will take notice of your filings, Mr. Rogers, and would you like to address any of the points from those objections that you filed at this time?
I'm here as special appearance only, Your Honor, to object to this court's jurisdiction. Unless
why does the court not have jurisdiction over you today?
I appreciate your question, Your Honor, but I'm not interested.
Okay, very well then. At this point, the court finds that it does have jurisdiction over the payer. The relevant statute is, for the purpose of the show cause, is MCL 552.633.
Your Honor, I object. The state of Michigan has not entered any evidence.
Okay, so did you hear that? The judge just ruled on jurisdiction and cited the specific law that covers that. Done. Well, I object to that because I don't like it. And that's always all the objections with all of these guys. From the sovereign citizens and the Moors, all the way down to the frauditors. That's always their argument is, well, I don't like your answer. Why did you pull me over? You don't have a license plate. No, I don't like your answer. You need to leave this building. Why? Because they asked you to leave and you're being trespassed. I don't like your answer. So they call them not agreeing with you or them not liking your answer as a non-answer or as a BS answer. I mean, it's almost literally the same thing as them saying, hey, did you know that this was a little book full of pages? And they say, no, it's not. It's a hamburger sandwich. You can't eat this. Yes, you can. Okay, I guess technically you can, but what are you talking about? It's not a hamburger. Yeah, it's got lettuce, tomatoes, and onions on it, too. No, it doesn't. What are you talking about? Like, these idiots are that delusional. They argue the facts like they think that they're spouting magic words, and they're not. They're just being stupid. And especially because this is over this guy not paying his back child support. Don't give me your BS. Well, you don't have jurisdiction over me, so I don't have to take care of my kids. What kind of bullshit is that?
To prove that they have jurisdiction.
Under subsection 3, in the absence of proof to the contrary introduced by the payer, the court shall presume that the payer has currently available resources equal to 1 month of payments under the support order. This is an arrears only case. However, when this case was in payment status, what was the monthly payment amount, Ms. Mullen?
The charge was
I object, Your Honor.
$303 per month.
The state of Michigan has not entered any evidence that there is such a debt. They have not entered any evidence that they have jurisdiction.
Ms. Mullen, what was the dollar amount?
$303 per month, Your Honor.
All right. In that case, the court finds, based under the statute and the absence of proof offered by Mr. Rogers, that he has the ability to pay support of
Your Honor, my evidence is on the record and you're not observing it.
$333 per month. Therefore,
I do not consent.
The court does find that Mr. Rogers is in contempt. He will be placed on probation for a period of 2 years.
I do not consent to that.
During that 2-year period, he will make payments according to a payment plan consisting of $333 per month. If he does not make payments according to that plan, a bench warrant will issue for his arrest. The amount of the bond will be set at $1,000, which he will have to pay or serve 5 days in jail.
Your Honor, you haven't addressed the jurisdiction of this court yet.
Court is in recess. Thank you.
The last thing he says, Judge, you haven't addressed jurisdiction yet. Recess, thanks. Like, once he ruled on jurisdiction, that was it. He didn't want to hear another word from the guy, and he didn't listen to another word from the guy. I love it. Soft hard defense. Nuh-uh. $2 for Billy Yank. Here's your happy dance, homie. All right. I'm going to try. I might have trouble getting in. It might be sold out. But I'm going to try to see Spider-Man tonight. I don't know. I know it's a cartoon. But, I mean, there's certain movies, you know, if you're going to go to the theater to watch them, there isn't really anything else out right now that I haven't already seen that's like a big screen type movie, like a little family drama or something. I mean, I'm not interested in seeing The Boogeyman. Like, maybe I'll watch it around Halloween time just, you know, to have a new scary new movie to watch. But, anyway, I'm probably going to see that tonight, so I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. But that made me think about, I wanted to tell you guys a story because I think some of you will get it. I hope. So last night I'm talking to my son, and see, he's one of the reasons why, like last week I saw Mario, and this week I'm going to see Spider-Man, because he's always like, Dad, we got to talk about this movie, but you ain't seen it yet. You got to go see it. Well, he wouldn't say ain't seen it. He'd say haven't seen it. But anyway, I'm definitely going to go see The Flash when it comes out. That's not even like right now I'm trying to think, should I go see Spider-Man tonight? But I'm definitely going to see Flash when it comes out. That isn't even a question. Anyway, so again, my son, part of talking to him is we talk about the movies, the new movies that are out all the time and stuff. So we're talking, and I used to be really huge into comic books, so we start talking about superheroes and stuff. So my son says to me last night, he says, "Dad, what's the deal with Doomsday beating up Superman? Like, it's not like Doomsday's body was made out of kryptonite or something." "What's up, Dino? Good to see ya." "Way Weary, what's up? I want to see Yes, I'm definitely going to see Oppenheimer. I don't know exactly when that comes out, but I'm extremely interested in seeing that. Yes. Flash on my camera. When do twin powers activate? Form of a tiger. Shape of a bucket of water. What were you last time? A glass of water. What were you the time before that? A sponge full of water." Like, his power is so useless. I could turn it into water. Edward Cavalier. If you still buy comics, you might want to drop me an email, man, because I got all right, so I had 30,000 comic books, and then there was a flood that destroyed about half of them, but I still got about 15,000 left. So we could talk. Anyway, so I was big into comic books when I was young. And so again, my son's asking me, what's up with this Doomsday guy? How come he's able to beat up Superman? His body wasn't made of kryptonite or anything. So I told my son, I said, "Look, I can tell you exactly how Doomsday beat Superman, but I know you haven't actually read the book yet. You just know him from the movies and stuff. So I don't want to tell you if it's going to be spoilers. I don't want to ruin it for you." And he's like, no, tell me. How did Doomsday beat Superman? I really want to know. So I'm like, all right, listen. The reason why Doomsday was able to defeat Superman is because Doomsday's training, his training for how to fight, he spent years, decades studying under the master of all masters, Chuck Norris. And my son, upon the words Chuck Norris, my son, my wonderful, beautiful, straight A student, one of the kindest, sweetest hearted little boys I ever met, he hung up on me. I said, "Chuck Norris," click. It was great. He immediately called me back, but it was so good. I had him. He was like, he's going to tell me this big thing from the comic books that I did. He was really excited to learn. I'm like, because he was trained by Chuck Norris. Click. "Oh, what's up, Katie said?" Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I had to share that because I just thought that was so funny. And, we've had our series of Chuck Norris jokes here a couple times in the morning. So I thought it was funny. Anyway, as we all know, Chuck Norris is the best. So we haven't watched a good or any vilified freedom video in a while. So I wanted to watch his new video next just because it's him, dagnabbit. And we haven't featured him in a while, and he deserves some love. Round of applause for vilified freedom. All right. And so let's go. Let's watch the show. Oh, whoa. Oh, crap. Where did it go? Press play.
$40 take me up on their stair lift.
Oh, wait, I got to go back. This joke is always great.
Offered the neighbor $40 take me up on their stair lift. I think she's going to take me up on it. You know why them cows keep returning to marijuana field? It's the pot calling the cattle back. First of all, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. It's over here, right? Not over here. It's over here. Anyhow, I'm going to show you someone who is incredibly fearful. If you're scared doing audits, like you can't stop from shaking, you may not want to be out there.
So we're at right gate here. Which one?
How can I help you, sir?
Nothing I need help with, thanks.
Okay. Can I ask you what you're doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
For a man who's out here shivering like he's left in the cold, I wouldn't go getting too snappy.
Oh, okay. What is your purpose videotaping a military installation?
Here comes the money.
Do you need to know that?
Yeah. Boom.
Roasted.
Why is that?
Suspicious activity.
All right. Is that a misdemeanor or a felony?
What it is a quote from a guy who's not allowed to be around little ones. We all know who he is. We all know what he's done. And here you are, proud to recite his word for word. That is absolutely disgusting. And it makes you a POS of a man.
All right. Stand by.
Are you sorry, are you detaining me when you say stand by?
Say again?
Are you detaining me when you say stand by?
Yes, sir. Just stay right here.
Oh, you are detaining me?
Did I stutter?
Another thing, I've never seen nobody force themselves into detainment. I mean, you literally threw yourself in that basket. What, did you want to label your video detained for clicks? Is that what it is? It's no problem, officer. Give me the cuffs. I'll throw them on.
Yes, so we can further
right.
have an investigation.
I'm just reaching for my phone, nothing else. It is 4:13 p.m. and JBMHH police officer detaining me.
So, do you have a reason you're videotaping an entrance to a military installation?
No. Not one that you need to know, sir.
Not one that I need to know.
So, what is your rank, sir?
Okay, just stand by. Just wait right here.
Much later.
Sir, what is your rank?
I'm just an officer.
Sorry?
We don't have rank. I'm just an officer.
Just an officer?
Yes,
okay. Do you have a sergeant or a superior
I have
officer?
my supervisors en route.
Okay.
We can all talk
I
together.
appreciate that.
Yep.
Do you even have policing powers outside of the installation on public sidewalks?
He just told you he's just a police officer. I don't know where we get the just from. He's a police officer. Yeah. I mean, have you never seen nobody go to jail from a public sidewalk before?
Do you have the authority to detain me out here?
Part of our jurisdiction, this gated.
Right over here on this here sign, it says the fence line marks the boundary.
Okay, hold on. We can talk when my supervisor get here, okay?
All right, but I'm just kind of wondering whether you have the authority to detain me out here.
Okay.
You'll have to excuse my friend.
He's a little slow.
Okay, we'll continue our discussion when my supervisor get out here as you requested.
I mean, I'm absolutely not going anywhere, but you might want to really reconsider whether I'm detained here.
Are you kidding me?
Roger, he's still here. He's waiting for his supervisor.
Few moments later.
So, they're coming in full codes.
How you doing? How you doing there?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
All right. So what's going on out here?
I just wandered around out here with my video camera trying to bother anybody I could. So I'd come down here to the gate to try to harass y'all and rile things up. And so far, we're off to a good start.
Are you his supervisor?
We work together.
Okay.
What are you the supervisor for?
Well, he said his supervisor was en route, and
I
he's
called him. They're in route.
he's detaining me currently, so that's what I need a supervisor for.
So,
And you're on.
We'll talk to you for a second.
I'm here to talk.
I'm here. I'm talking for a second. Wait for the mayor.
All right.
Come here. I'm trying to help you out. Come here. Sir, I'm trying to help you. Come here.
Well, he's detaining me, so I don't want to go too far.
Right here. Come here.
All right.
Come here. Now, what's going on? You ain't move your feet. Come on.
He's detaining me is
Dude,
why
let's go.
Why do you need
Right
me
here.
to come over here?
Right here.
Why?
Sir, I'm asking you. I'm trying to help you. Either gonna let me help you or you're not.
All right. I'll stand here if it makes you happy.
All right, so what happened? What's going on?
He's detaining me is what's happening.
Why are you filming?
Here comes the money.
You know it's a military base, right?
I'm on the public sidewalk.
Yeah, I know, but this is the gate function. You can't be at the military base.
Is that the law, or is that just what you're saying right now?
No, I'm telling you, that's it. Why are you shaking? You okay? Need medical help?
Nope, he's not okay. And yes, he does need help. I mean, if you could teach him how to fill out applications, if you could teach him anything related to any kind of work ethic, it would be greatly appreciated. Because if not, he's just going to stand down here and bother all y'all. Now we know why he puts the camera on his little setup. His hands are shaking too much to operate. Now, I don't know if he's got no condition, and I'm not trying to pick on him if he is. So I'm going to say he's nervous. He's a scared little girl out here doing what he shouldn't be doing. And that's how I look at it.
No, don't think I'm shaking.
I'm looking at you. You're shaking. The camera's shaking.
All right.
Well,
it might be because I'm surrounded by people with guns.
You have an ID on you?
I'm not going to answer that.
Do you have a driver's license?
I'm not going to answer that, sir.
You have to answer that, sir. I need to identify. I need to find out who are you.
You don't. I'm on the public sidewalk, and so unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion that I have committed, am committing, or about to commit a crime, then you don't need my identity.
You're a military property, sir.
Sorry?
You're military property. I need to
No,
identify
I'm not. See that sign right there? The fence line marks the boundary of a U.S. Army installation.
Sir,
I'm not past the fence line.
I'm trying to help you out, sir. Can I get your
No, sir, you can't.
You cannot. So you're going to sit here with the camera in my face, and I'm trying to help you out.
You were the one who wanted me to move over here, and you approached me. I'm not. My camera is close to my body. If it's in your face, that's because you're in my personal space.
No.
Okay.
I want to say a couple things. First of all, I haven't really made any commentary on this at all so far. I don't know who the Frauditor is. This is the first time I've ever seen him. I don't know what's going on with him or what the deal is. Like I said, the main reason I wanted to play this just because it's a new vilified video, and I haven't played a vilified video in a while. But really, I don't know who the dude is. But I will say this. Earlier in the chat, someone accused me of being a geek. And I got two things right here to prove that I am in no way or shape or form a geek. First of all, if I was a geek, would I be able to solve this in less than 4 minutes every time? And would I go out of my way to get the more expensive purple one with the magnets in it instead of just a standard one? A geek wouldn't do that. And how about the fact that I built this thing? This is, if you're not careful with it, it'll fall over. This anti-gravity. How about the fact that I built that? You think a geek would build something like that? Huh? Never. I love you guys.
At this point, I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
Good luck with that. You know, you're dealing with an auditor. I mean, you want to have a conversation with someone, pick somebody who actually has a brain.
But you're having this conversation and you're pointing this camera at me. I'm trying to talk to you and be cordial with you.
Yes,
So
you
I'm
approached
asking
me.
you-
I was filming.
Right.
I'm
and
going to
asking you
continue the
identify
film.
you. I'm Officer Lewis. I didn't know who you are.
No, you don't, sir.
I do, sir.
So what were you doing today when this happened?
I literally was walking up the sidewalk when the officer, what was that? I can't see from here. When your officer approached me and told me I was detained.
All right, sir. For our safety, you just put that camera down. Do a quick search. Make sure you got no weapons on you. Just go put the camera down.
Sir, I don't consent to a search.
You don't have to. It's not your option. Roasted. It's for my safety and yours. You're being detained right now, so I have to check to make sure you have any weapons. So put the camera down. You can still film.
You can do a
Put it
Terry
right there.
frisk, but you understand the limits of a Terry frisk, right?
Sorry,
I just need you to.
Sir, put the camera
Okay,
right
so
there.
you're not going to reach into any of my pockets.
Sir, put the camera right
You're
there.
not going to reach into any of
When
my
I reach to your
pockets.
pockets, put it right
Okay.
there. Put the stuff there. You sure need medical help? You're shaking pretty bad, sir.
Might be because I'm surrounded by people with guns.
All right, good. We'll take that water bottle out your pocket. All right, you have anything in your pockets? Hopefully, stick me blow me up.
No, keys in the left pocket, but I don't think. Yeah,
All right.
just you
Sure,
asked
sir.
if there's anything.
All right.
Oh. Piece of cardboard to hold up my camera. Here.
Okay.
All right.
Put the water bottle back in your pocket. You want to leave your bag right there. Just leave your bag right there. You grab your water bottle. If you're thirsty, grab your water bottle.
Well, I'll just stand it up there and just grabbing my camera.
Right. So I need to see my.
I appreciate you not overstepping the bounds of a Terry frisk.
Oh, well, we are glad that you do appreciate that. How about you show some of that appreciation and get your stuff and get up out of here instead of causing a scene? Oh, you don't have no respect and you don't care.
Why are you shaking? You sure you need medical attention?
Well, because there are people surrounding me with guns right now on a public sidewalk for apparently no reason.
Are you stupid or something?
Right. Okay. Let me see your identification.
No, sir.
You're refusing to let me ID.
I don't. There is no necessity. Virginia is not a stop and ID state. So unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion that I have committed, am committing, or I'm about to commit a crime, I have no necessity to identify, do you? I understand you want that.
Listen to me.
You've been saying the same thing,
Listen
sir.
to me. So you're not gonna listen to me?
Please.
So I gave you a
Go
lawful
ahead.
order. Give me a lawful order.
Boom.
Roasted.
To identify?
Yes, sir. So are you telling me you're disobeying a lawful order?
That's not a lawful order, sir.
It is.
It's absolutely not.
A federal police officer asking you to identify yourself. Who are you? I need to know who you are.
Again.
Look, I give him all the credit in the world for trying. And I'll tell you exactly what happened. He's seen both these other guys down there dealing with him, and he thought he could come down and try to, slick him into IDing. It was a good try. If I was you, I'd cuff him so he was uncomfortable, so he knows he's being detained, and then wait for a supervisor.
Virginia is not a stop and ID state. So unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion.
Sir, I'm not a Virginia police officer, sir.
Okay, then you have no right to my identity anyway about that.
I'm a federal police officer. I do.
Well, I'm not on. I'm on public property. I don't.
It's against federal regulation to film an ACP.
On public property, and I'm not doing anything illegal. That's pretty much the start and end of that story.
You're walking up to a military post, not identifying yourself, holding cameras, and you're saying that it's none of my business. Yes, sir, it is my business.
All right. Well, you don't have a
Sir,
right
leave
to
the bag
that
alone. Leave the
information.
bag alone. Leave the bag alone. Leave the bag alone. Leave the bag alone.
Hey, sir, how you doing, Officer Staff Sergeant Hook?
Staff
Sergeant
Sergeant
Hook. Police Department. How you doing? Everything? How's everything today?
Oh, it was all right till your officers came out here and detained me for a crime that they cannot seem to articulate.
Okay. Okay, sir. Well, allow me to see if I can answer your question. Okay. So there is a congressional letter that is out. I'm pretty sure you don't know which one I'm talking about. The congressional letter states that you can take pictures and video of a building structure and architect. However, you cannot take video or picture of a building access control point or an access control point to a military installation.
They're going to talk about the congressional letter for a minute. I'm going to fast forward it. It's about time we get to the jury.
Here.
I am not going to check it for you.
Tell you what.
Check that on your own.
Tell you what. I'm gonna walk away and check it if you give me the name of the congressional letter or some way to.
The name of a congressional letter of pertaining to taking video and photo of a building structure and architect. It should show right up.
All right. And then if it does not apply, I'm going to be back.
And we will be back out here because I'm telling you that we will not allow you to take video of our security measures.
Well, not allowing me is different from it being illegal.
I say it time and time again. Some people just don't know how to get out of their own way. I mean, they've given you all the room in the world to just walk away, but you're too dumb.
Well, it is illegal because it is against a congressional letter that is out.
All right.
It has been put out for
Again, a congressional letter is not law.
Okay, sir. Grab your things up and you can walk away and you can look it up yourself.
Sir, that's not lawful order.
Yes, sir, it is. I am a police officer given
Right.
the authority by a congressional.
Right, but just because a police officer says something does not make it a lawful order. That's not how that works. You need to cite
Okay, so
a
grab
law.
your stuff up and move on, please.
No, sir.
All right.
Welcome, Daniel.
All right, Vilified Freedom. That was interesting because I have no idea who that frauditor was. At first, obviously everyone's noticed they were talking about it in the chat. He does have some sort of speech impediment. Maybe he has problem hearing or something. I don't know anything about the guy at all, but it seems pretty obvious. One, that I don't think it's really a mental problem because he may have not been able to articulate everything perfectly, but he was saying he was hitting all the right points, right? Saying all the right stuff. But I kind of think that that's a really good example of the difference between like looking at somebody like frickin' media or someone like that and just calling him an idiot because he's a frickin' idiot, and people who maybe are naive and maybe aren't that intelligent seeing these videos and thinking, hey, that looks like a good idea. See, that's one of the reasons why why frauditing is dangerous. Because people who are naive, people who are gullible, I mean, look at the Moors. How many members of the Moorish temple actually believe in it versus other people that are victims of the Moors taking advantage of their ignorance and their naivete to get them to give them money for their fake Moorish ID and to give them money for their fake license plates and to give them money for all their other BS. Same basic kind of thing here. They see these frauditor videos on YouTube. They're kind of naive, maybe a little slow. And, hey, that looks like a great thing to do. I'll do that. $5 from Highway Star. Voodoo, all you have to do is admit that Deep Purple is way better than the Osmonds, and the tasing will stop. But I think you're hard-headed. All right, let's see what he's got to say to that.
All right. You know what? Here, I got a new one for you. Tell me what you think about this. I'm going out on a limb here, but I'm going to see how this works. Ario Speedwagon rocks harder than Rush. What do you think about that, huh? Hey, oh! Okay, Journey's better than Rush. Oh, man, that was terrible, Hez. Oh, another one! Damn it, Hez! Oh!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, a reading from the Constitution of the United States of America. With my Chili's trifold bookmark, the First Amendment, freedom of religion and press and expression. Ratified December 15th, 1791, the First Amendment, and I quote, "If you walk rudely into a building and wobble your camera around and stick it in people's faces, you could do anything you want with absolutely no consequences. The First Amendment, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. I appreciate the appreciation. Caucasian Sasquatch, all right. Flower Power, what's up? Yes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The First Amendment, as we all know, says quite clearly that if you walk into a building with a camera, no rules apply to you and you can do anything you want and nobody can stop you. Yay. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to follow that up with a video by Unclean Hands. All right, give it up for Unclean. Yes. The Frauditors are on the streets causing trouble. I like Ario, but Rush rocks. Exactly. I agree with you. I think, that actually came from a real life incident where a buddy of mine and me got in an argument, like a heated debate, because, yes, I like both bands, but he was saying that REO Speedwagon, his specific statement was that REO Speedwagon rocks harder than Rush. And I'm like, okay, REO's first record has some pretty heavy blues songs on it, but no, they don't. That's no, not even close. No, it's no. I mean, they got some good guitar solos in Rush and whatever, but I don't know. Hank's Corner, what's up? If you are able, and I am willing to make or break what we are on the brink of. Sorry, I had to do that. And if you're tired of the same old story, turn some pages. I'll be here when you are ready. Roll with the changes. Rush rules, REO rules. Yes. I'm so happy that I got to see Rush before Neil passed away. All right, give it up for Rush, ladies and gentlemen. Holden my groins in the house. What's up, Holden? Good to see you. Let's see. I don't know how anyone could say REO is better than Rush. Exactly. Uncle Artie said, "Holy diver." Said Dio rules. Yeah. Heaven and hell. I can't do that falsetto, man. Him and King Diamond and I can't do that. Hurt my throat trying. Maybe if I do the
Welcome home. You have been gone for far too long. Is it a dream? Are you really back? Let me help you out of the chair, Grandma.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Look at this. I'm getting everybody out. It's like I was here. Now you're singing ABBA? No. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, I'm just having fun today, man. Come on, give me a break, will you? I can't just tear into these bum cracks all day, every day. I'll give myself a Random Frauditors in the Wild by Unclean Hands, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Oh, wait a minute. It looks like I got $1.99 from Uncle Artie's Bar and Grill of Stupidity with another entry from... No, I was not singing ABBA, but if you want me to, I can. If you change your mind, I'll be first in line. Honey, I can see. Honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. All right. That's for Cripple Cat. Guns N' Roses rules them all. Play my videos. All right. But you do get a happy dance. All right. But this is only for Cripple. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. Yeah, come on, guys. Go check out Doc Danger. Show some love for Doc Danger, man. Rock and roll, man. He ain't fooling around when it comes to rock and roll. That's right. That's the fact, Jack. He's a good guy, man. We all love Doc Danger. Big support for Doc Danger. And here's Unclean Hands.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button if you don't mind. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And hit that little bell there if you want to keep getting notifications of future content. And I do content every day. Anyway, welcome to the end of the month special where I don't monetize my videos. I'm going to throw together a few clips from a few different videos to show you the state of First Amendment auditing these days. It's really gotten pretty bad. People are getting pretty desperate. The ones that can't get violent during their audits pretty much go on deaf ears. They disappear. We'll take a look at a few of the ones that are just fading away faster than they can stay relevant. Anyway, enjoy the video. And in our first little clip here, we'll show Wolverine Transparency riding around in his truck like he does every day, looking for some kind of trouble to get into. And he doesn't know how to secure his camera to the dashboard, and we're going to see that in just a minute. This guy is a technician superb. Here we go. Get ready for it. Here it comes. Here it comes. God. Pull holder when you need it. There we go. Great stuff there, Wolverine Transparency. That was fantastic. Yeah, you're just going nowhere in life there, Wolby. Anyway, let's move on to somebody a little more interesting, which isn't much more interesting.
First off, one thing I want to say is I never said I was leaving YouTube. It's not it up here, my man. This here, here, Zaggy, so on it. Oh, we've a lot of Zaggy. Ma, nay, that's a bit of a nurse, ma. Sagmind, our rose deck sees it, but I got.
Shen, yeah, we need her one little fan over here. Well, you'd like to have them live again. That's good. That's Shen. There was no boom and it is your fellow, even at our shed of some here we can't get all of them. All right, enough of that foolishness. Let's move on to our next victim here, JC News. Now, let's see what he's doing. All he actually is doing now is uploading old video clips that were bad when he first uploaded them, and he's uploading them again for some ungodly reason. Anyway, let's check this one out.
What's up, y'all? JC News now. Look at how this cop's parked.
JC, the OG of parking enforcement, wherever he happens to be, even though he can't drive because he lost his license for like ever. Yeah, he's going to be the parking enforcement guy. He was before Orange Man audits, before Brooklyn audits, before all them New York City guys on the parking thing.
Light thing on. Guess he thinks he can just park any old way. I can tell you right now, he's going to say, well, I was on a call. Well, your lights ain't on, buddy. So.
Now I'm going to speed this video up 100 times so that we can get through the next 17 and a half minutes in about 30 seconds. So hang on, put your seatbelts on. It's going to be a scary ride.
Hey, sorry, man. It's 10 Wilson. What can I help you with?
It's all good. Can I have your name and badge number?
My name?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
Michael Walkup. My badge number is 1020.
All right. You ever written a ticket for double parking? You haven't? Man, I'm proud of you for that.
Now, Mr. JC here, he's not one of the most passive-aggressive auditors out there. He'll go up there with all these evil intentions, and he just can't help but start kissing their ass once they start talking to him. Oh, I really appreciate what you're doing. When he really wants to say something mean to him, he ends up kissing their butts. I don't know what the story is with this guy. It's pretty pathetic. It's pretty lame. He's going to congratulate him for his service, wish him a nice day, all this other stuff too. It just makes no sense.
Thank you.
All right. Please park correctly.
I actually don't see a lot of people double parking around here.
That's cool.
Not enough fancy enough cars to do that, I think.
Right on.
Who knows? So,
I appreciate you being
what's your
professional. You can call me JC.
JC?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you around.
All right. Yeah,
Gotta
you
get
will.
out of here.
All right. Take it easy, man. Be safe out there.
Thank you.
Please park better. 28, y'all.
I don't think that's quite the way JC planned that. Yeah, watch how you park from now on, sir. Yeah, you be safe out there, buddy. Hey, come on, what are you doing? What are you doing, JC? You're an idiot.
You did pretty good. Oops. Careful.
Hey, wait a minute. That cop car said Branson on it. Is this guy in Branson, Missouri? Because I'll tell you what, I've been to Branson, Missouri many, many, many times. I can't imagine anyone, even a frauditor, being rude in Branson. Like, we were on the beach and, hey, Mark Rules, what's up? We were on the beach and something was going on. Like, my brother and me were screwing around, playing, like boys do, like wrestling in the sand or whatever, hurting each other, And my mom's like, get out of or get down, damn it, or something like that. And like the people were like appalled that she would use that kind of language in front of a child, and they told us, oh man. Well, it wasn't like a beach. It was like a hotel because in Branson they have that whole section. That's where we used to go. We used to go there on vacation, like Silver Dollar City and all of these like, tourist attractions and stuff. So, and again, this is when I was little. So I don't know if it was like a beach or if it was like part of like a water park thing or something. It's hard to remember. I'll tell you what I do remember though. I'll never forget because it was so cool. Back in those days, I used to go horseback riding all the time, and they had this thing we did when we were in Branson where like they wake you up real early in the morning, and then you go outside and you get on a horse, and then the horse just like walks up like the side of this like mountain, basically. Not a mountain, but for us city folks being from Chicago, it's a freaking mountain. So we're walking up the side of this really big hill, I guess, whatever cliff. We get to the top after this big long ride, and it was great and I'll never forget because, like, as a kid, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, because you look up and all you see is trees and nothing forever, and then you look down and you see the fall, and if the horse takes the wrong step, you're done for. So I'm holding on to the reins, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But once you reach the top, they have this huge grill with this open fire cooking breakfast for everybody. Pancakes and sausage and bacon and the whole nine. Branson's awesome, man. Branson's great. And that was the first taste I ever had of fame was in Branson, Missouri, because we went to a play, and during the show, they were doing this comedy bit, and they asked for a volunteer from the audience, and I volunteered. So I got up there on stage. They picked me, and this guy's going to do this karate. It was like a comedy bit. He's going to break a board with his head, and I was supposed to hold the board. And they're like, don't move, just hold the board. So I'm holding the board, and then he goes to smash his head into it. And right before he does, some other guy grabs the board out of my hands and puts a pie in my hands, and the dude slams his face into the pie. And then the next day, we're out for breakfast at the restaurant, and people are like, hey, I saw you on the stage yesterday. That was great. Are you really part of the show, or did they really pick you at random? Like, they really picked me at random. It was great stuff. But before we get back to the video, it's almost time for Cupcake's Daily Morning Happy Dance. All right, Cupcake, I know you're watching. Get ready because here it comes. Let's go. Let's do a countdown, everybody. 10, 9, 8, 7. See, there's a delay, so it's not really good at 5, so it's not really going to count. So let's just do the happy dance for Cupcake. We'll do a double dipple, a triple dipple. Why not? Ole! That's what she likes, ole. All right. Ole, all right. Fire. 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 I'm sorry.
He actually gave the cop a finger on the way out of the parking lot. I mean, why? Why? You just about had his whole boot down your throat. I don't know what's going on with this guy. This guy is losing his mind. Probably too much meth. Anyway, if I had something to do, it probably wouldn't be hanging around with a Walmart parking lot in the middle of the night. You know, bad things happen there. Anyway, let's see if we can't find something else for just a minute. I think we'll finish it off with question authority. He likes to walk around and swear at police. That's pretty much what he does. That's all he does. City employees and police, he just likes to swear at them. That's kind of his thing. Anyway, here we go.
Can I get some names and badge numbers, please, guys?
Conway 547.
Dion, we have history. What's your number? What's your badge number?
11.
Really? That's my favorite number.
Oh, cool.
I can't believe I still don't like you. What's yours? Sloster? Oh, I can't see it from the thing. What's your badge number?
706. Hunt 540.
I didn't hear that. Hunt? What's yours, officers?
405.
What's your name?
John.
We'll see you in court in a couple months, John. What's yours?
Webster.
What's your number? We'll see your bitch ass in court, too. Have a good day, guys.
Great stuff, huh, guys? The underbelly of First Amendment auditing. I mean, they're just going downhill fast, and you can keep track of them. Either you got to go to really extreme lengths to get noticed anymore, like the New York crew there, punching people and just doing all kinds of atrocious things, which is going to end up getting them in prison after a while. So they can get a few clicks and views. I guess that's more important to them than actually doing anything else. Anyway, you all have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.
All right. Unclean hands, unclean hands. Yes, we all love unclean hands. One of the masters in the crew of what we do. He's a boss. Oh, all right. There we go. All right, let's see. What do we got here? How about yesterday? Those of you who been watching all along are already well aware that yesterday I did the video from the live footage of Regan Benson when she got in an argument with a homeless person that asked her to stop filming. Since then, the Dummy Kruger made a video about it. So I thought, even though we looked at the raw footage yesterday, seeing Dummy Kruger's take on it, I thought would be interesting because I love Dummy Kruger. So let's see what he has to say about Regan Benson arguing with a homeless woman over filming her because she's such a advocate for the homeless. Hey, everyone says hi, Hezo Mom. Good morning, she said. Yeah. I love you guys.
Welcome to the Dummy Kruger channel, everyone. Today's video takes us back to the streets of Denver, Colorado, where we are checking in on Regan Benson, the final form created when all of the worst Karens in the world combined as one. Last time we took a look at Regs, she was informing her fans that she was being investigated for the unlawful practice of law. That investigation is still ongoing, but the trespassing case of her friend Shannon, where Regs has been accused of practicing law, has officially ended. Shannon pled guilty to that trespassing charge and received either 4 hours of community service or a $75 fine. While all of that was going on, she also spent many of her days yelling at security guards, urinating on camera, and picking up yet another arrest. There have been multiple channels covering such events. Check out those below in the description. Today's video, we will be focusing on her homeless outreach, and by outreach, I mean getting into an argument with a homeless person and a screaming match with a homeless advocate.
So they're going around the block.
This is why they didn't take him right away.
because of the fencing, because they couldn't get this fencing down.
They didn't have.
What would happen if an ambulance or something needed to get in here?
Well, bolt cutters could take this out, but bolt cutters can't do this.
Well, let's assume that there's a medical emergency, and
I'm going to start carrying bolt cutters again in my car. Since it's my car now, we had to get 2 cars because my wife said I used it too much. So we have 2 cars. Now I can put bolt cutters in now. And if I could do it pretty quick.
yeah, but Rick, I would never encourage you to do that. You'd go to
no,
jail.
I would say it in an emergency.
I still wouldn't encourage that. You'd end up in handcuffs on that one.
I just wanted to take a moment to memorialize this portion of the video where Regs actually gives some pretty good advice. Soak it up, folks. It doesn't happen very often.
So apparently this is Denver's new go-to, is to sweep around the clock 7 days a week.
I wanted to take a second to notate the fact that Regs had to walk in the road here at this very busy intersection. This was due to the tents and fencing lining the sidewalk, making it unusable. I have seen Regan fight for the homeless in the past, especially when the city of Denver does their quote sweeps, as she calls them, which include trash cleanup and sometimes the towing of broken down RVs. It usually just gives her the opportunity to scream like a maniac at the police and tow truck drivers, however. But what I'm really curious about is how she plans on fighting systematic homelessness. This is something I never hear her talking about. Is she for more affordable housing or more supportive mental health care services, including substance abuse treatment? How about preventative programs or income and employment support? Maybe she's for more education or social support networks that can be used to help with issues facing the homeless. I just never hear her talk about these long-term plans. It's mostly just government bad, government ruin everything, therefore me yell at government.
So this is downtown Denver. Like I said, this is Stout Street in Colorado Coalition for the Homeless. They're fighting. Some of these folks are trying to move. If anybody's curious, the Denver Nuggets are in the championship game. They have a game here tonight. So the city likes to do this shit when they want to attempt to make the city look good. Okay, this girl's going over there with a bat. This is what the city starts. They stress everybody out. Everybody starts fighting. She's telling her to get the fuck off the block. Not good. Not good. This is what the cops do. They blow everything up and then take off.
Without knowing anything about what transpired here, it's immediately the government's fault. I don't know if this had anything to do with the recent police interventions or not, but her clear bias towards the government gives her a blind spot into what may or may not help towards turning the tide of a continually growing issue in our country.
I mean, as far as that goes, it might not be the only thing wrong, but as
just real quick, I did want to mention about this. I do know that in that specific instance, it doesn't mean that this is a general thing, but in that specific instance, that particular building is going to be demolished soon. And so they're trying to sweep it because it's dangerous to be in a building that's about to get smashed and destroyed by a demolition crew. So, but that's a whole nother story. So
it's definitely wrong.
Because you were about to take a bat to that girl.
it's okay for her during my life? It's okay for her during my life?
Violence is not okay,
You
period.
see, I didn't do anything, right?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I'm here. We're here to help you.
She started yelling.
Okay, but we're here to help you.
But I don't want people filming me.
Well, honey, you're in public, and we're filming because the cops were
Okay.
here.
Can you
We're here to
stop
help
then,
you.
please?
No, I'm not going to stop
Why?
because
You see
we're
what
in
she's
public.
doing?
Yeah, I
You see
do.
it?
I do. But it maybe just be best to walk away.
Is it though? When
It
she said
is.
she's going to take my dog.
I would ignore it if I were you.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I will handle it a different way by calling my dad that is a cop.
Okay.
And you're filming without our rights.
It's okay, honey. It's okay.
You see, it's okay for Regan to continue recording because she lacks any empathy, even for the ones she is there to purportedly help.
Because my people experience do it.
Yeah, she took a bat and was gonna. So I'm not gonna stop filming. We're in public, Mark. So don't do that.
Yeah, because you don't know the situation.
I don't
You don't know
care.
the
That's why
situation
you
in this
continue to
neighborhood.
film. That's why I continue to film.
I'm just letting you know.
I'm just letting you know. We're in public on a public
I get it.
sidewalk,
We respect
and there's
you now.
violence.
We
And there's
respect you now.
violence. And there's violence.
Reagan, you can get
Mark?
20 guys around you
Mark?
right now taking up that.
Mark? Exactly. That's why the camera keeps going.
Because
Don't you come out here
you're
and test
provoking
us.
it.
What are you doing?
I'm helping people.
Really?
Yeah.
What are
I
you
don't
doing
start
right
all
now,
the-
Mark?
I'm trying to keep this safe because you don't know the dynamics in this
Okay,
neighborhood.
so maybe not escalate it.
You escalated.
Really?
Yeah, because
Who's
she
yelling at me right now?
because you're telling these people.
I
you
was
don't care
calmly
what
talking
they're
to her, and I didn't fucking tell her I don't care. I
Fair
was
enough.
talking it
Fair
through
enough.
with her.
Fair enough, you were calm with it. But
Don't you ever do that to me again.
Don't
You
you-
understand
yeah,
me?
right.
Don't you
this
fucking
is
ever do
why
that.
this is
Fuck
the
you.
situation.
Fuck you. Good luck. This is why we're in the situation we're in. Because I came down here to film the fucking cops. Yeah, this is another advocate. Good job, Mark, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, Reagan, that's your pattern.
Yeah. And your pattern is to just fucking coddle the bullshit.
But what is Reegs actually doing here? All she does is get into fights with the majority of people she comes into contact with. She simply cannot handle any sort of criticism, constructive or otherwise. My opinion that all of this is just one big show that gives her the opportunity to scream and yell at those she perceives to have power over her.
Can tell me to not film. Fuck you then. Have fun with it, advocates. They love their downtown territorial bullshit. Oh, but we gotta film. We gotta film. Come.
This is the video where I took
Well,
a clip of her chewing the
public
gum
service
from.
is done for the day.
It's about the difference video, by the way.
We respect them when they tell us not to film. As she's walking across the street with a bat. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna stop filming.
Nope, Reegs continued to record her after the two had separated and the baseball bat put away. However, the show must go on.
Holy fuck. This is just a never-ending fucking shit show.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, Reegs. It is a complete shit show, and you're always the common denominator.
You will follow what the men in the advocacy tell you to do. So you will kiss my fucking ass and you can have all of downtown. Have fun with it. Telling me this is why we're in the situation we're in. Yeah, they can't keep their funding. Well, the problem is they don't have any funding. So, you know, advocacy is, it's not a for-profit business. And I don't need to be down here on a Saturday morning like this. I don't need to. I came down here out of my way. I seldom come down here, but the city is being extra super aggressive. So we came down to film it. Notice who had the best results today. The city left.
Oh, I think I see now. So she's claiming the city left because Reeves burst onto the scene without any evidence. But she leaves the downtown area because Mark, another advocate, asked her to discontinue filming to assist in de-escalating the situation. A situation that had absolutely nothing to do with the government.
But, you know, men just can't quite grasp their egos without telling women what they're going to do. You don't can tell me.
So here's the thing. She's filming a woman. The woman says, please don't film me. You're public, honey. I'm going to film you whether you like it or not. And the guy says, oh, come on, why don't you leave her alone? These men, these damn men, how dare these men act like this and these men this and these men. It's like, well, it started because you were arguing with a woman. How come you're not talking about that? This lady is an absolute psychopath, lunatic, nutbasket. Anyway, I wanted to go back and show you guys something. This is perfect segue, actually. I didn't plan it out this way, but I did, because I mentioned earlier that she went to the city council meeting in Inglewood. So I want to go back to something Dummy Kruger said at the beginning of this video. I don't remember if it was the very beginning, but let me see.
Or $75 fine. While all of that was going on, she also spent many of her days yelling at security guards, urinating on camera, and picking up yet another arrest. There have been multiple channels covering such events. Check out those below in the description. Today's video, we will be focusing on her homeless outreach, and by outreach, I mean getting into an argument with a homeless person and a screaming match with a homeless advocate.
So they're going around the block.
Interlude. Here we go.
They didn't take.
You'd end up in handcuffs on that one.
I just wanted to take a moment to memorialize this portion of the video where Reeves actually gives some pretty good advice. Soak it up, folks. It doesn't happen very often.
So apparently this is Denver's new go-to.
$4.99 from Billy Yank. I cannot imagine being that angry all the time. What kind of a life is that? That's the life of Regan Benson. She just hates everyone and everything. She literally is like in the 21st century. Like, here's the thing. A lot of these frauditors and a lot of these guys, I don't know how the hell this happened. It was just like they got caught up in these YouTube videos of this nonsensical, frauditor movement. But there are some, because you can talk about narcissistic tendencies or adult, oppositional defiance disorder and this and that and all these other things. But some of them are clearly bullies. And this is what happened to the bullies when they grew up nowadays in the 21st century. That's what they became, as frauditors. In this case, I always knew at least one lady like this growing up. She's one of those just mean, bitter, rotten old ladies that get pissed off at everyone for everything. The little kids run around outside. Shut up! Quit running! What's wrong with you? Right? When I was a kid, we always had that old lady in the neighborhood that would come out and scream at us just because we were goofing around having fun. Get off of my lawn, you rotten, no good brats, right? That's her. That's what happens. That's what happened. That's what these women are. Those women are now in the 21st century with YouTube and everything. She just films herself doing it and then posts it. Anyway, here's your happy dance, Billy. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, Kimmy Wrangler, what's up? Hey, you kids, get off my lawn. That's right. Hey, g'day, I just woke up. I've not slept this late in a long time. Hey, that's good. Getting some extra rest can be good for you. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you're all right. Graham's in the house too. Graham Grapevine. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to find this one specific part because there was something that Dummy Kruger says that I want to point out to you guys. So I got to find that part.
Is to sweep around the clock 7 days a week.
No.
And unusable. I have seen Regan fight for the homeless in the past, especially when the city of Denver does their quote sweeps, as she calls them, which include trash cleanup and sometimes the towing of broken down RVs. It usually just gives her the opportunity to scream like a maniac at the police and tow truck drivers, however. But what I'm really curious about is how she plans on fighting systematic homelessness. This is something I never hear her talking about. Is she for more affordable housing or more supportive mental health care services, including substance abuse treatment? How about preventative programs or income and employment support? Maybe she's for more education or social support networks that can be used to help with issues facing the homeless. I just never hear her talk about these long-term plans. It's mostly just government bad, government ruin everything. Therefore, me yell at government.
All right. I wanted to point that out because obviously Dummy Kruger did this before the city council meeting last night that Regan Benson showed up to. So now, Regan actually answered his question during the council meeting last night. She did. She had her chance to go up to the council. She had 3 minutes to answer exactly the question that Dummy Kruger just asked. So now here's her plan to fix homelessness. This is what her charity is doing and does. This is what it's all about. Now, here's the thing. There is one point where she starts talking about how there was a homeless person that she was friends with that passed away and she wears her ashes around her neck. So that's kind of a sad bit. And I get that. And I don't want to make fun of that. But the whole point is, just like Dummy Kruger just said, you advocate for the homeless. You run a charity to raise money to help the homeless. Great. What are we going to do? You go to the city council. Here's your opportunity to let us know what you've been working on to help the homeless people. Well, I have a locket with ashes from a dead homeless person around my neck. I feel sorry for you. I'm sorry, whatever. So what's your plan to help fix homelessness? It's ashes. It's in the locket. Watch. You'll see what I'm talking about. That's just part of it. But it's like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I only watched it once while it was happening live. But it doesn't seem to me like she actually said anything as far as actually having any kind of plans to do anything about homelessness. So let's see what she has to say.
There we go. Didn't see the loop. Good evening, Miss Benson. If you could just state your name and your
Good
address.
evening,
or
City
cross
Council. My name is Regan Benson. It's nice to be here this evening. Thank you for this opportunity to speak. My address, Planet Earth. Does that work for you?
No, do you have a cross street as well?
Planet Earth.
Okay.
Does that work for you? I hope so.
Go
And
ahead, Ms.
people
Benson.
really shouldn't be giving their personal information. They're making public record. And I don't know why you're so intent on collecting everybody's personal information. It's very odd. Very odd, Mayor. So I'm here tonight to follow up from when I addressed you on May 1st. Remember when I was here and I talked about that city prosecutor that y'all hired at $42 an hour that's starting an investigation on me for the unauthorized practice of law? Boy, what a dummy, let me tell you. And as this progresses, it's just gonna make you guys look dumber and dumber and dumber, okay? But enough of that for tonight. So what we're gonna talk about tonight is homelessness and what you're not doing. You're hearing from the residents in Inglewood that you're not spending the money properly. Well, guess what? I've got anecdotal evidence of that right from today. Arapahoe County, as a matter of fact, you had some, Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, are you busy on your computer right now?
I'm typing notes from what you're stating. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, good. Questions afterwards, right? So anyway, you had commissioners here tonight that of course want to circumvent Tabor again to address homelessness. Let's raise taxes. Let's just keep raising taxes. It's the best thing we can possibly do while homelessness continues to grow. You see this locket right here? Everybody see this? This is a urn locket. This is my friend Jesse. Jesse James Smith III. He died on the sidewalk behind Burger King at Broadway and Evans because Inglewood couldn't help him. If you think that you are going to continue to pull the wool over people's eyes on how you're addressing homelessness, you're gonna keep looking dumber and dumber and dumber. You better get out on the streets and figure out what's going on. If you wanna watch today's video of a massive failure in Inglewood, it's right on my YouTube channel, Regan Benson, and it's titled Resource Failure. You had a Arapahoe County housing navigator here in the library that couldn't help a person who's dying on the streets right now. We've got no temporary shelter, housing, affordable housing. People better get with the program. Anything government touches becomes unaffordable. There is no such thing as affordable housing. Quit lying to people. Stop lying to people. Get out there on the streets and see what these cops continue to do to these people, to criminalize them, to keep them in the system over and over and over. And you, Mr. Ward, Mayor Pro Tem,
Ms.
how
Benson,
dare
your
you
time is
do
up.
what you
Ms.
did
Benson.
to Judge
Ms. Benson,
Jefferson?
your time is up.
I'll be back.
Thank you for your time. Any questions for Ms. Benson? Seeing.
All right. So, what exactly did she say? What is her solution? What did she offer? What did she say? Dummy Kruger, what I just played him saying, he said before this meeting. And what did he say? He's like, it seems like all she does to help the homeless is scream and holler, government bad. Government bad, bad, government's bad. So what does she do? She gives a 3-minute speech, and what did she say? Government bad, bad, government bad, bad, government bad. She didn't say anything. Oh, homelessness is a problem, and your answer is raise taxes? Well, yeah, I watched the entire meeting. She didn't, by the way. Here's what I did last night. It was actually kind of fun because the town broadcast the meeting on their YouTube channel, and she live streamed it on hers. And I had the windows open side by side, and I had them synced up perfect. While the meeting was going on, she was in the hallway arguing. I should go back to hers and show it. It's kind of crazy. Because there were no chairs for her to sit on in the lobby. You know, maybe you guys should put more chairs in the lobby. I can't believe the way you guys waste money. Wait, didn't you just say you want us to spend more money putting chairs in the lobby? Like, what the hell are you talking about, you insane psycho? And then she went and started messing with that security guard, the same one from the other day. But she didn't really mess with him. She was just filming him, and he ignored her, so she walked away. All this while the actual town hall meeting was going on before she went in there and spoke. During that is when they were talking about what they want to do for homelessness. Of course, she wasn't watching that. She was arguing with them about putting furniture in the lobby. So what happened? So they're talking about, well, what are we going to do? We're going to build affordable housing. And we're going to try and put more money into services to help the homeless. Another member of the council. Well, how are we going to do that without raising taxes? Other member, we don't want to raise taxes. Okay, this is what government does. They have to figure this stuff out. The money isn't just going to fly out of their butts or pop out of thin air like magic. So Regan comes up there, hoops and hollers for 2 minutes, and then goes, what are you going to do, raise taxes? You just want to raise taxes. Meanwhile, there's still homeless people. That's why they want to So anyway, what did she say during all that? Is I got anecdotal evidence. I have proof that you guys are wasting all of the tax dollars you already have allocated to helping the homeless. I filmed it today. It's on my YouTube channel right now. Go watch it. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, women and children of all ages, watch very closely, because I am about to show you, as stated by Regan Benson, absolute 100% undeniable factual evidence and proof that the government of Inglewood is wasting the money that the taxpayers are paying to help homeless. They're not spending it on the proper things they need to do to help the homeless population, and this video proves it. Reagan's a nut. I'm starting 33 minutes into it because the first 33 minutes are her sitting in the parking lot complaining about the city.
So I'm just trying to understand this Resource Connect thing today. I run a nonprofit, and one of my clients is going to come and connect with you. My gal that's doing case management with her is going to bring her.
Okay.
So I just wanted to understand where you're at and everything. So they should be here shortly.
Okay. Yeah, usually there used to be more community agencies here.
Yeah.
And right now it's just me.
Just
I'm with
you?
Arapahoe County.
So you're from the county?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing,
Okay,
because
yeah,
I'm sure you've got the ability to get her connected to be able to take her via Aspidat.
Yeah.
I'm assuming? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. We tried to work with All Health on
Uh-huh.
this 2 weeks ago, and they were wholly unhelpful.
Oh, really?
So I'm hoping today will go better.
With the
So
PATH team? Or
I
was it
went
just
into
all
well, Allie, the caseworker specifically, I went into the Inglewood PD to try to activate
Oh,
some
Ally.
emergency services,
Yeah.
because we've got a very ill woman who needs shelter very quickly.
Okay.
So, and Allie decided that she didn't want to communicate with me, citing HIPAA, which is nonsense, because all I wanted were resources so I could understand the process. So we're not off to a real good start working through Inglewood. So I think things will probably go better right here today. Yeah. So thank you. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that. And if there's an issue for HIPAA or privacy, I'm assuming you go elsewhere, right?
Yeah, I mean, for us, as long as we're talking directly to the person, yeah, like, and
Okay.
if they have people around them, then we kind of assume that, that's okay, that,
That they
we're all
understand
talking.
that.
Like, if we have to, like, share information, or, like, we get, like, a release of information. if
Thank
we
you,
need it,
because I'm going to
yeah.
tell you that they're also going to request an ROI be presented so we can continue to support your efforts.
Okay.
That's what we should all be doing
Yeah.
together. And All Health decided that they were going to blow that off as well.
Huh.
So that's not good.
Yeah.
And we need to be able to work together, because we're the Street Connect and you're the Housing Connect.
Yeah.
And if you can't find the people on the streets, we can't get them where they need to go.
Yeah, what agency are you with?
Helping Hands for Dignity Coalition.
Okay.
And I'll come back with a card. I left
Okay.
them in the car.
Okay.
But yeah, thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah.
And my caseworker that'll be with my client, Shelly, her name is Liz.
Okay.
Okay. So they should be here shortly.
Okay.
And I'm going to go upstairs and do some information requests. And
Okay.
yeah.
What was your name again?
Regan, Regan, with Helping Hands for Dignity Coalition. And I'll bring you a card with my phone number on it. I'll be back. Thank you so much.
Okay. Um, All right, so what she said at the city council meeting is that this video is absolute 100% evidence, proof that the city isn't doing anything with all of their tax dollars that's going into homelessness to help the homeless. And this video proves it. Right? There's more. There's more. Maybe she's talking about what happens later, because she does holler at more than just, like she didn't holler at this woman. But she does holler at a security guard later. Maybe that's what she's talking about. Let's fast forward, because all the rest of it is just her walking around, talking to nobody. Oh wait, there's somebody here. Let's see. Maybe this is what she's talking about. Absolute proof and evidence that the city is doing nothing to help homeless. Here's the proof right here. Let's see if this is the part.
Thank you. I just have a quick process question. If you don't know the answer, would Evan happen to be available?
Yeah.
Is he available? I'll just
Yeah.
ask him.
Yeah, give me a
Thank you.
Is this the smoking gun, ladies and gentlemen? The absolute.
Hey, Evan, how you doing?
Oh, let's see.
Thanks for talking to me unannounced. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I just have a quick process question
Okay.
about what department is in charge of and holds the budget for this court navigator position that you guys have.
It's through the city.
So the city is,
Dictates the budget and everything.
okay.
Yeah.
So the courts do not oversee that position.
We over the actual supervision of the position.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You
oversee
do?
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's not part of the court's budget.
It is, but
Oh, it
but
is.
But the actual what we can offer as a salary or
Allocation
something like
comes
that.
from the city.
Correct.
Okay. I just wanted to understand that, because currently you don't have one.
That's correct.
Are you seeking someone to fill that, or just?
I believe that's the intent. I don't think they posted it yet though.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they posted anything for applications coming in for review. I haven't received any applications to review yet.
Okay. And you're not in charge of job postings and stuff like that,
I'm
are you?
not, no.
Okay. Okay. So currently the courts are officially without a court navigator.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, currently without that specialty, certifications and everything like that, we're trying to help individuals still. So we're
Sure.
providing them the resources that we have that our previous court navigator used.
Whoa!
Individuals.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. This conversation has nothing to do with homelessness. This conversation is about Regan getting charged with unlicensed practice of law. So wait a minute. Okay, so let's see so far what we got. So she goes to the city hall meeting after this and tells the city hall, after complaining and not, hey, Dummy Kruger, you got perfect timing, because I just showed your video about Regan, and in it you said that I wonder what she actually says about homeless and like what she's supposedly actually going to do about it, because all I hear her do is say government bad, blah, blah, blah. So then I played from last night's live stream where she was at the city council and she told them what her plan for homelessness was. And the plan was, you guys waste money and time in government bad. It was like literally what you said you thought that she would say. But while she was talking at that meeting, she said, and I have absolute evidence, I have proof beyond a shadow of a doubt that you guys are not doing anything to help the homeless. It's in this video. So now we're going through the video and looking for that evidence. So the first thing we found was there was a woman sitting at a table behind a laptop, and she walks up to the woman and starts telling her a whole bunch of stuff about people being mean to her. And the lady behind the counter is like, okay. So that was that. So then she's talking to this guy, but this conversation is about her being charged with practicing law without a license. So that has nothing to do with the homelessness. So let me fast forward again and see if we could get to the big, crazy mic drop evidence that they're not doing anything to help the homeless, because that's what she said. to the city hall is that this video is absolute 100% proof that they're not doing anything to help homeless people. Maybe this is the part she's talking about. Remember, keep your eyes open for the evidence, guys.
How's it going?
How are you?
Good, thank you. Hey Denise, are you the supervisor for today? Oh, look, it's this guy with the gun, chomping his gum. So, you know, I'm a real stickler about rules.
Yeah.
Right? Because we have rules. Rules for me, not for thee, or rules for thee and not for me. So there's a sign on the door that says no smoking within 15 feet of the door.
Okay.
But we got allied security smoking right outside the door.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The smoking gun. There it is. The absolute proof that the government of Inglewood is doing nothing to help homeless. She saw an allied security guard smoking a cigarette. Oh, no! There's her proof. There's her evidence. That's all she needs. She's got it on film, her accusing a guy of smoking a cigarette. That's right. Now, what else could she possibly need to show the city council for proof that they're not doing anything to help homelessness in Inglewood? Ladies and gentlemen, this is legit. We just watched her tell the city council that this video, this one, I didn't just pick a random video from her channel. She specifically said this video was her proof, her evidence, her absolute factual, indisputable evidence that the city is doing nothing with their money to help the homeless people. So what happens in the video? She walks up to a lady, complains about the government not taking her serious, and the lady's like, okay. Then she walks up to a guy and complains about being charged with practicing law without a license. And then she walks up to the security guard and complains that she saw him smoking a cigarette. Maybe I'm missing something. Let's watch some more and see.
Like you have multiple times. Look at this guy. But you got another guy out there smoking. So right there at the door.
Okay, I'll
So,
address that.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
letting me know.
And let him know too, because he's a frequent flyer. It's 15 feet, not 15 steps. You fucking little smart ass prick.
I'll take care of it, Regan. I'll take care of it. I'll talk to them.
This is Allied for you. If anybody wants to make another call to Allied. Care to share your name?
No, I'm good. I don't need to make, I don't need to say it.
No, you don't, huh?
I don't have to.
Yeah, but you
I'm
carry
not,
a gun,
I'm not law
huh?
enforcement, so I don't have to tell you my name.
You're what?
I'm not a law enforcement officer.
Then why don't you take the gun home? Because you're too immature to deal with it. Got anything else to say for the camera?
What do you want me to say? Is your business done here?
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
Well, you
I don't
you
answer your
shouldn't-
fucking
you shouldn't
questions.
be in here if your business is.
Fuck you. I'll be wherever the fuck I want to be.
I'll take care of it, Regan.
I appreciate that, Denise. Thank you. And I really do appreciate your level of professionalism while your subordinate sits here and fucks it all up for you and laughs. Is your business done here?
No, not till I get off of work.
Okay. Well, then maybe my business will just be right here all day.
You want to do a roller and then we'll get back.
If she's gonna follow me, I'm not gonna do it. I don't do that. I'm gonna be getting her ass like that.
Then go home, clock out and get the fuck out of here.
We'll get back and then you can go do the round.
Bye-bye, little boy. He's afraid of being followed. He don't need that. But it's okay if they follow other people.
That's beautiful too. That's awesome. Like, okay, so it's okay for the security guards who are trying to keep the building secure, if they see someone who looks suspicious, to follow them. And that's the equivalent to some random weirdo following people. You know, the random weirdos are the ones they're trying to protect the public from and the building from. So how do you make that? Anyway, like I said, so we saw out of this whole video, the first interaction she had with a person. Like again, I did a lot of fast forwarding, but it was all her narrating in the parking lot before she walked in there. It was like the first hour of the video or half hour, whatever. Then she walks up to the lady. Okay, what's up? Does Reagan always look like she smells like chicken coop? I'm sure she does. So again, all right. For those of you who are just joining us, you know, I've been following from the beginning. What happened? Regan went to the city council meeting yesterday and told them basically what they need to do to solve the homelessness problem. So what did she say? I know a homeless person who died. Okay, so what do we need to do to solve the homeless problem? They were talking about raising taxes, which of course nobody wants that. So that's why they were discussing, well, where are we going to get the money to help the homeless people? So Reagan says, and you guys just want to raise taxes, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, there's homeless people. How come you're not worried about that? How come all you're worried about is raising taxes? And the city council's like, okay, you know, I mean, that's why we're trying to discuss it and figure out what we're going to do. She doesn't make any suggestions. She doesn't make any points at all. She just basically says, you guys are government and government's bad. Okay. And then she says, I have a video on my channel right now that I just filmed that proves that you guys are wasting your resources and you're not doing anything to help the homeless people in this city. And this video is absolute evidence that proves it. So now we're watching the video. The first half hour is her literally sitting in her car complaining. Then she walks in the building, walks up to a lady that's sitting behind a desk and complains at her about how she doesn't like the way the government is handling stuff. Then she goes upstairs and complains to a guy about the fact that she's being charged with practicing law without a license. There's nothing to do with homeless. Then she goes up to the security guard and starts complaining about she saw him smoking a cigarette outside. So far, the video's like, we're way into it now. So far, where's this big smoking gun evidence that she was talking about? So let's keep watching and see if it happens.
I know. I didn't know that felt like the court's entrance. Yeah. So I didn't.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, this is the room she started in.
Let's go check on Liz. Oh, good. She's still sitting with her there. So I'm going to go get my business card because I told that lady I would. So let's head over to the car for a couple minutes.
We don't need to watch her walk to the car and back. Oh, she gets to the car.
So the next time I saw her, she did. She offered up grams per milliliter of X. And mind you, when I was talking earlier,
Talks.
give me a ruler. All right, let's go in and see how things are going and make our exit. Because I do have to get a couple more things done today before I get back here to this city council meeting tonight.
Okay, hopefully, I haven't seen it yet. The video's almost over. Hopefully, when she gets back in there, we'll see the smoking gun evidence that they're wasting their resources and not helping homeless people.
Oh, you know. HIPAA violation. Oh, that's interesting. Family tree, huh?
Hello. Exactly. Yeah, we find that sometimes too. Like, oh, that doesn't exist anymore. Right. Yeah, I know. Right. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
How'd it go? All good? Here's my card.
Okay,
I told
thank
you
you.
this.
Yeah, I was just asking her like where you guys are based, how we refer to you, because you guys do more case management, and is it like focused on housing more or just?
Well, no, it's focused on getting people connected to those resources. So the bulk of our work is in Denver.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a good partnership with Coalition. Okay.
Yeah.
So
They do amazing.
we're able to have all those releases of information, get our people to Stout Street, get all those things done. Arapahoe, we don't, we're still trying to navigate it.
Yeah.
Because
So are we.
I know. And
Yeah.
it's a little complex, and government's not making it very
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
No.
So, but yeah, so if
She doesn't do the VSPDI.
Right.
We have to go, I have some, I'm
There's
gonna,
the PAC team, and it's
Yeah.
through All Health, but they're out in the community like we are.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did Regan just say Arapahoe? Oh yeah, Arapahoe. I wrap her upside the head, man. Arapahoe, cause I'm a pimp. You dig what I'm saying? Ha ha ha. That's right. Oh, I love it. She said Arapahoe. Oh, that's funny, man. Hey, man. Speaking of hoes, man, I'd be having all the hoes. And once I get this thing off my ankle and I'm free again, oh man, I'm gonna be tearing them up, y'all. Better look out, cause News Now Voodoo is gonna get ya. Oh, shit.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back to the to that crazy broad. Shut up. Did I even not do that on screen that whole time? Was I not on screen that whole time? I just did a whole bit with the voodoo doll. Did you guys even? Hey, it's live. People make mistakes. It happens.
And they're at Movement, and Movement will do
This will
the
be
ice too.
Wednesday.
And Movement is a great
were you able to
organization.
make an appointment to get it done?
no, it's walk-in
Yeah.
and it's from
5280. So what did we get done today?
5280. Not much. She asked us
Do we have any emergency shelter options?
I gave them the list of shelters that we have. I contacted my supervisor about like senior, because we had some grant money that was specifically for seniors, but he's not really being helpful right now. So yeah, I mean, we don't have emergency shelter. We don't have motel vouchers. We just.
I know.
So she's going to lose her home because Denver's going to tow it, and she's going to be standing out there on the street, and nobody's going to help her. And I'm going to be expected to, as a nonprofit, a small nonprofit, while government gets to sit here and go, we don't know. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. She needs emergency shelter. It may not be within your purview, but if this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. We don't get paid. We don't get paid a dime. And these are the people that are suffering. I'm done. I give up for today. I got to go because I'm not going to be productive. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, talk to you later.
Oh, so that was it. All right, here, let's go back and hear what she actually says. Because this is the smoking gun, right? Let's see.
Were you able to?
The PAC team, and it's through
Yeah.
All Health, but they're out in the community like we are, and they're at Movement, and Movement will do
This will
the
be
expedites too.
Wednesday.
And Movement is a great
Were you able to
organization.
make an appointment to get it done?
No, it's a walk-in.
Yeah.
And it's from
5280. So what did we get done today?
5280. Not much. She asked us find.
Do we have any emergency shelter options?
I gave them the list of shelters that we have.
Okay, so what happened? She walked in there, asked the lady to talk to her homeless friends, her clients. So she talked to them. She explained to them everything they need to do. And because that lady didn't immediately grab them and throw them in a free house, that proves without a doubt that the city isn't doing anything. Sounds to me like she gave them all the information and all the paperwork and everything they need to figure out what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. Because her house, apparently, that is getting towed hasn't been towed yet. So, what's the story behind all of that? We don't get any of that information. All we get is, hey, we asked this lady what was up. You know what it is? And actually, I've seen Regan specifically do this many times before, not just with the homeless thing, but even just like with the filming in general and like hanging out with DMA and all that. It's the same mentality as you walk into a building that literally physically doesn't have any FOIA forms. They're not doing their job. They're horrible. They're rotten. They're pieces of crap because they told us where to go to get the forms. What? It's the same thing here. That lady sitting in that building doesn't have a house for homeless people to live in right there. She tells them where to go to get help. You didn't give her help? How dare you, you horrible, rotten, no good, tyrannical government shill. So what do you want her to pull a magic house out of her pocket and tell the homeless people to go live in it right there in the middle of the library? I don't know what is she expecting to happen? Like houses for people to just Well, see, Lisa, this is the whole point. The meeting that she showed up at and literally just complained and bitched and moaned and then left was all about, as far as because there were several different things that came up in the meeting. I watched the whole thing. And it was all about, because homelessness is a major problem in that city, it was all about what are they going to do about low-income housing? What are they going to do about this and that? And if you actually watch the whole meeting, there was plenty of room there for Regan, if she was actually paying attention to the meeting. There were plenty of things that came up that she could have used in her argument. There were actually a lot of good things that came up that she could have used as part of her argument. But she didn't. Why? Well, like I said earlier, for those of you just joining us, you might not have heard. But the city hall meeting was broadcast live by the city, and she was broadcasting live on her channel. And I was watching them both side by side, and I had them perfectly synced up. And while the city council was discussing their plans for the homeless, which apparently is what she was there for, while that discussion was happening, she was in the lobby arguing with the people in the lobby about how come they don't have any furniture for her to sit down on while she's waiting. literally arguing with them about furniture. You need to put chairs in this lobby. So she missed it. Then she has the audacity to go in there after not even paying attention to that part of the meeting because she's busy arguing about furniture. She goes in there and starts complaining about how you guys aren't doing anything for the homeless. How the hell would you know? They just laid out exactly what the plan was, but you weren't paying attention because you were too busy bitching and moaning about furniture. In fact, here, you know what? Let me pull up that clip. Because it's not like, just because I want to be fair. People will be like, well, she wasn't screaming and hollering about the furniture. So I'll show you that clip. But just as an example of, here we go. This is, okay, here we go. Hold on. Okay, so again, I had this, as this was live, I was watching the actual town hall meeting from their website and Regan's live feed at the same time. They were both live. I had them synced up. So while they were addressing the homeless problem, this is what Regan was doing at that moment. And again, she was supposedly there for the whole homeless thing, right? So this is what she was doing during the homeless discussion.
And sit nowhere because there's nowhere to sit. Is that door locked? I just want to grab a chair. Because it's so inviting out here, you know, to be able to sit down before a meeting.
I got you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, well, that was very sweet.
But
Thank
I
you.
just like to help.
I
Here,
appreciate
you
that.
know.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So let's just sit here in this great big open. Mr. Facility Manager, could we get some furniture out here?
I'll get right on that with the team.
Can I put in a request for proposal? Because I'd like to be the first bidder.
We can see what we can do.
I mean, seriously, we need somewhere to sit out here.
It's usually not business happening too much.
There's always business happening because you've got the courts Monday through Friday.
Right.
And
we have sitting inside courts.
Okay. All right. Actually, I'm glad that I went back and watched this again because again, I was watching it live and I'm just going by what I remember. And when I'm wrong, and I'll admit it. This is during the break. They had 2 sessions. She spoke during the second session. This is during the break in between. They did the first half, took a break, and then did the second half. So I apologize. This is what she was doing during the in-between, during the break, not during the actual discussion. But anyway, either way, none of the things that they talked about, the only thing she said was raising taxes. She said that. But the whole point of why they were saying, because, okay, the meeting was like 5 hours long, so I'm not going to replay the whole thing because Graham was like, do you have that footage? It's on their website. You can check out the whole thing. Inglewood City Council has their own YouTube channel, and they played the whole thing on there. But basically what happened was, if you actually, like for me, having no dog in the race, because I've never even been to Colorado, watching it, I could see why, and it seems insane to me how somebody like Regan, who supposedly knows all this stuff, can't comprehend what it must be like for the politicians to deal with this. Because they're having their meeting and they're going back and forth, the different city council members with different opinions, right? And then they're talking to different random citizens. So on one hand, you got Regan saying, we need to do something about this homeless people other than the cops just kicking them off the street. That's not cool. the cops don't need to be kicking these homeless people off the street. These homeless people need to be left alone. They're comfortable on the street. They got nowhere to go. Leave them alone. Let them sleep. That's her big gripe, is that the cops are constantly sweeping, she calls it, which is telling the homeless people that are sleeping on the street that they got to move. So she's up there screaming like she does, like a banshee about that. Meanwhile, in a different part of the meeting, these people are coming out there saying, what the hell's wrong with you? Why do you keep letting these homeless people ruin our streets and pollute our streets with all their garbage and all their nonsense? You guys need more cops out there sweeping all these what the other people were saying at the meeting. You need more cops out there sweeping all these homeless people off the streets because they're ruining everything. They're polluting our rivers. They're destroying our town because they're just, making a big mess. So now imagine you're a politician. You got Regan Benson screaming at you, stop sweeping up those homeless. You got another citizen screaming at you, hey, you need to do more to sweep up the homeless. In between, they're talking about, well, we need to build more affordable housing and more shelters. Now, they got people yelling and screaming, how dare you? How dare you have the audacity to tell me you're going to build a homeless shelter in my neighborhood? I won't stand for it. We're going to have a vote of no confidence in the entire board for you guys even bringing up the idea. So Regan isn't taking into account any of those other things that were said at the meeting. The fact that almost literally, well, actually, the majority of the people at the meeting, had nothing to do with homelessness at all. The majority of the meeting was about a pet store. Apparently, somebody applied for a permit to open a pet store, and the majority of the meeting was about, please say no, do not give the zoning permit to the pet store people. We already have tons of shelters that are filled with animals that nobody's adopting. If you put up a pet store, all that's going to do is encourage the people in the shelters we have to euthanize all the animals. Please vote no and don't give the zoning permit to build that. That's what the majority of the meeting was actually about. But when the homeless parts of the meeting did come up, again, on one side, you got people screaming and hollering about, I'm not gonna let you build a homeless shelter in my neighborhood. I'm not gonna let you build affordable housing in my neighborhood. I need you to send more cops out there to get these homeless people off the street because they're polluting our rivers and destroying everything. And then on the other hand, you got Regan Benson saying, how come you guys aren't doing anything to help the homeless? And they're saying, we're trying, but we don't have the money and we don't have the support. And they're going back and forth. So imagine what it's like for these politicians having to weigh all the different things and people on both sides diametrically opposed opinions about what they need to do. You can't please everybody. So where are they going to go? Oh, we'll just do what Reagan says. Okay. All right. You know what? Let's say they decide, all right, you know what? We're actually going to take you seriously. Please explain to us exactly what we need to do, Mrs. Benson. Well, you need to fix the homeless problem. Okay, Ms. Benson, please explain to us. This is what you do. You run a charity that's all about homeless. Please come explain to us. We give you 3 minutes to talk, say whatever you want. Explain to us exactly what do we need to do to help the homeless. No matter what you say, we're going to make it law. They just tell us exactly what to do. We'll do whatever you say. You're the queen. What do we do? Fix the homeless problem. Sure. Regan exploits the homeless for money she gets from YouTube. Also, donations to her homeless charity. She doesn't want to help the homeless. No, that's the thing. There's more than one video of homeless people asking her to stop filming, and she will not. She refuses to stop filming. So, how much more evidence do you need that her YouTube channel is more important than actually trying to care about and help the homeless? She offers no solutions at all. Her answer is fix it. Okay, how? What do you mean? Fix it. What the hell is that, lady? And don't charge me for practicing law. And don't smoke cigarettes outside. How dare you? That's her thing. That's her whole like. You fix it. Well, how? I don't care, just fix it. And I saw somebody smoking a cigarette outside. She's just a mean, bitter, angry old lady. That's all she is. Anyway, I'm going to do a happy dance just because I need one right now. All right. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, Frauditor Troll presents Two Frauditors Get Trespassing, Cry a River. Coming right now to a Frauditor Follies channel near you. Enjoy the show, Graham Pro Show Entertainment.
Before we get started, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and turn on all notifications. That way you never miss another video. We are 33,000 strong and growing every day. With that out of the way, enjoy the video.
Name and badge number?
Carter Roan. My badge number is
Carter?
Carter Roan. My badge number is 6145, right?
Okay,
You're gonna
thank you.
have my business card if you would
I
like.
would appreciate that. Your name, ma'am?
Diana Pena, 7247.
7246?
7247.
What is the call about?
Thank you.
So it's regarding a trespassing, right? So they're upset with you guys, I guess, recording inside.
Why would that be?
Listen, I don't know. They just don't want you on the property anymore,
Well,
right?
this is
So they're
public property.
I understand that. However, any
I'm not trying to
person
get closer to you. I'm just trying to get off the curb so I don't
any
fall.
person, you guys probably know this, right? Any person can trespass anyone for any reason.
No, that's
right?
wrong, sir.
You're
Not on
wrong.
public property. We just went through this. He was trespassed already.
I understand.
The trespass
I appealed it and it was
rescinded
rescinded.
because You must have some type of infraction.
It was Deputy Crawford.
Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes, I have
So
the
they're-
notice of rescind in my pocket.
Listen, they're saying that you guys are disrupting their business,
That's a lie.
being in there. Listen,
That's a false report.
I'm just telling you what they're telling us.
We lied
They're
to you all
telling you
last
that
time.
It's a false report, and we have it on the record
Okay.
here.
So what is your purpose at the business, if you don't mind?
I
me asking?
came to
Drop off
serve
that
him.
paperwork
That's all
and
I
they're
did.
supposed to come out. They
If he'd have
completely
just took the
stopped working.
papers, we'd have left already.
Yeah, we would have been gone within 30 seconds.
So these frauditors are here to serve them with a lawsuit, and they're saying they would have been gone in 30 seconds. Why do I feel like I heard that 1,000 times? Oh, and I'm sure you guys noticed that the video is actually in portrait mode. I don't know what it is with these independent journalists, but they can't seem to figure out how to use a cell phone.
Instead of taking this piece of paper like you just did, he told all the customers that are in here, we're going to stop working because those guys are standing quietly recording. We are perfectly within our right to do so.
So, do you guys have any other business that you guys
Yes,
need
I was going to
complete?
turn in my power of attorney for my mother. I was going to get a records request, but they refused to speak to us.
Okay.
Instead, they stopped working, denied service to everybody in there, and tried to get them to gang up on us, which is exactly what they did, and filed a false police report with you. We're not disrupting anything. We're standing there quietly, just like this. There's nothing illegal about it, and you cannot give a legitimate trespass over that reason. You're very wrong in the law.
Okay. Well, you guys are more than welcome to go fight it like you did previously.
He's
But I'm
already
telling you-
won.
I'm telling you, as of right now, you are being trespassed.
Your name and badge number?
Sergeant Shuck, 2904.
Okay.
You're trespassing us without any crime being committed from a public place we have every right to be. You're not upholding our First Amendment right to record in public plus the case law that goes with it. You're not following it. This is not a business, sir. This is a public public property. You're not on private property where they can trespass you on a whim. If this was McDonald's, they could say, we don't want them here anymore, period. In a public place, some type of infraction has to take place. You should know this as an officer. And if you keep going forward with this, you're in violation of the law. Is there a supervisor?
I am the supervisor. They requested that you be trespassed.
Requested.
They're gonna have to fill this out.
You're the one
They're gonna
writing
have
the
to sign
trespass.
this, so we're done.
Okay, so it's a request.
So you could go in there when you're not videotaping, from what I understand.
wasn't.
We can go in there
Okay.
and videotape.
Okay.
I wasn't videotaping and you're
Okay, I
trespassing
don't
me?
know what you were doing. He's gonna get that part of the story, okay?
Yeah, well.
And you're going to make sure it's not a false report and everything's accurate, right?
So one of the frauditors is saying that he wasn't recording. Maybe he was just there as moral support for his buddy. But somehow I have a hard time believing that. But on another note, these frauditors are really abusing the patience of these officers. They have been told multiple times that they will be trespassed, and they're still talking in circles like idiots.
Before you leave? Or are you going to take a false report like you did last time?
Who did last
Alex
time?
Crawford and
Okay.
Schrock, Deputy Schrock.
Okay.
And they lost.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we don't want to do that
Okay,
again.
that's why we're doing
We
the
just
form
want you to
this time.
follow the law.
Okay, the form this time explains
The
everything.
form needs to
you.
have the
Okay.
crime we committed on there. You understand that, right? For making a false police report?
Okay, so he's
Not this time,
he's
but the
not-
last time.
He's not reporting a crime. What?
The last time
Did
you
he
did.
report a crime last time?
Last time he said he was being trespassed for violating federal law. And then on the body cam, he goes, I didn't tell him that, but all we did was copy and paste his policy. He completely filed false information for your guys' police report.
So,
So
was there a
we'd like to-
Pasco?
It was that same guy. It was Alex Crawford was the deputy. Okay?
You have seen the video, right?
You
Okay.
haven't seen your body cam video where you went inside here and he goes, come on in, you're one of the good guys. You're not one of them pesky taxpayers.
No, I haven't done that.
Okay. Well, he said something to you. He said, we copied and pasted this off a website and it took effect today because they had a guy just like him exercising his rights in Manatee. And then when he was out here talking to Alex Crawford, your partner that day, he told her he was trespassing him for breaking federal law.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this, once again, illustrates quite clearly one of the many reasons why these people are horrible. His story, hey, what's up? Hey, yeah, he is. They're all condescending douche canoes. You missed me tear apart. I spent most of the morning tearing apart Regan Benson. It was fun. Anyway, so here's the thing. It's the way these guys talk. It's all part of their game. It's not just their script. Okay? It's the way they use phrasing, terms, and words. Like, wait a minute. You didn't see the video? Like every cop in the world just sees all of your like they got nothing better to do but watch your YouTube channel all day? You didn't see the video where you walk into a building and a guy says, hey, you got to arrest that guy because he's exercising his rights. How much do you want to bet that he did not say you have to arrest that guy for exercising his rights? How much do you want to bet that he said you have to arrest that guy for trespassing? These guys always twist words. It's so freaking annoying. And now he's like, it's just like last week when that other guy got footage of a cop talking to a guy saying, hey, look, there's a guy exercising his rights. Let's get him. I guarantee you the cop didn't say, hey, there's a guy exercising his rights. It's the same thing when they get pulled over and a cop asks you for ID and then they tell the story later that tyrant tried to violate my Fourth Amendment. No, he didn't. He asked you for your ID. That tyrant pulled me over to extort money out of me. No, he pulled you over because you were speeding. It's all about the wording. They have to twist the wording to build a false narrative.
And he told them that the policy was written, he had the policy written by attorneys, which was a lie.
He's lying through his teeth. He made a false report to you and Alex Crawford, and he's making you guys look bad.
I'm going to write a complaint on, or file a complaint on you when I leave here, and I may come back and file a lawsuit.
Guys, stop.
Oh, and by the way, that's another thing. That's another thing that these guys love to do. Let's say that you walk up to me and you hand me a book. Because I say, hey, what does the Constitution say? What's the Fourth Amendment? So you hand me this book. And I look up the Fourth Amendment. And then somebody asks me, where did you get that information from? And I say, oh, well, I got it from the book, with the copy of the Constitution in it. Now, let's say that, but let's say that this wasn't a word for word exact copy of the Constitution, but was a summary. Right? So when I say, oh, I got it from a book about the Constitution, because it's not, maybe I'm making this this example a little too complicated. The point I'm trying to get at is that let's take this example. Let's take this example. It's better to say literally what it is, right? He gets a letter that has the law written on it. He doesn't know who wrote it. He wasn't sitting there watching the guy write it. It was posted on their official thing, the computer that they use for their official list of laws and regulations. He took it off of there, copy and pasted it. He said it flat out, printed it out, and then read it. So it's safe to assume that he's thinking it had to be written by a lawyer if it's official policy, or a politician or whatever. So he says, yeah, I got this, from the lawyers. The guy later on finds out that it wasn't a lawyer who wrote it. He's a liar! He lied! He lied and said that a lawyer wrote it! He's a liar! Are you sure that maybe he just didn't think a lawyer wrote it? It's not possible that maybe he was mistaken. He lied! Because all the government ever does is lie. All cops ever do is lie. All any of you guys ever do is lie. You said I was speeding. That's a lie. I was just going 75 in a 20. That's not speeding. You're lying. You're a liar. You said I didn't have my license on me. I had it on me. I just refused to give it to you. You lied. You lied and said I didn't have it. Well, if you refuse to show it to me, how am I supposed to know that you had it? The false narrative building, the stories they tell, the BS that comes out of their mouths. Man, these guys are horrible.
Just follow the law. Please look up the law between public and private businesses. In public, where we have a right to be, we have a right to record, whether they like it or not. This is not a private business. He's filing a false police report. He's lying to you. You're going to let him get away with that? Or are you going to trespass the guy's exercising your rights?
I'm just here.
You're just here what?
I'm not here trespassing.
Okay, I'm reporting a crime to you. Are you going to do anything about it?
So you were over here talking to my partner.
I'm reporting a crime to you. You were involved in.
So look, right? You already talked to my
Forget
partner.
this. I'm talking about the situation where you were involved.
You reported
I'm
something
talking about the situation where you specifically were involved. That situation. He filed a false police report. I want him charged for it. You were there. Not only were you a witness, you recorded it all. And he lied straight to your face and your partner's face.
Here we go with the conspiracy theory, saying that people were lying, making false reports about the frauditors. What is wrong with these people? They're like grown men in their 40s, 50s, and they're still playing little games with the cops. It's like, grow up, dude. Find something else to do. Obviously, this frauditing thing, it's not working for you.
About what was going on. We're not disrupting anybody. We're standing still. They decided to stop working, and then the customers blamed us for them not working. That's called the heckler's veto. It's not lawful. It's not legal. They have no reason to stop working. All we try to do is hand in a piece of paper. It would have took less than a minute. We all saw it. Thousands of people have seen it. Now I'm asking you if you're going to charge him for committing that crime.
No, I'm not.
Why is that?
I'm not going to investigate. You already talked to my partner. This stuff has been said. You already talked.
No, sir. I have not talked to them about what I'm talking to you about. And I just reported a crime to these two deputies here, and they're completely saying they're not going to investigate the crime. Is there a reason for that?
What did you report?
That Mr. Couet gave you deceptive information during a police investigation.
All right.
He filed a false
That's
police
something
report.
for you to bring up during this appeal process.
No, it has nothing to do with this.
Okay, because
This is
there's
a
people
separate
in there
crime.
that are saying you disrupted their whole business day because they couldn't do business when you were videotaping in
They
here.
could do business. The government employees stopped working. That has nothing to do with us.
All right, well, you're disrupting it.
That's a lie.
All right.
Now you're lying on the record.
Okay, I'm lying.
You are.
Okay.
How did we disrupt, sir?
All right.
So how did we disrupt?
That's what they told me.
So
they
you're
could not
going on
conduct
a false
business
claim.
when you were in there.
Why is
I'm
that?
not going to argue with you because you're videotaping.
What's that have to do with anything?
You're
So
videotaping,
exercising
aren't
our
you?
rights makes them stop
Aren't you
working?
videotaping?
Are you videotaping? Are you guys recording?
Is your body camera activated, sir?
Did you record in there? Yeah. Did they stop working because you were recording? Or are you guys sovereign from the law? Are you guys sovereign citizens?
Oh, but if they weren't recording, then you guys would bitch and moan about, you don't have your body cams on. How dare you? Horrible tyrants try to hide things and trying to not be transparent by not having your body cams on. You can't win. You're recording? How dare you record? You're not recording? How dare you not record? Scumbags in droves. These guys are absolute douche canoes. Smooth brain, koala brain, bear, butter, bung, whole face looking guys. Ah! These guys are horrible. Listen, so here's what happens, right? Here's the thing that they never seem to understand. And I go and I talk about this a lot because it's always true and it's always a point that's worth making. You get these guys, right? They walk into a building like this and there's customers there. And they don't like their transactions being filmed by random strangers that they have no idea why they're filming them. Maybe it's for identity theft. Who knows? They have no idea. And if you ask them, they refuse to answer, which just looks more suspicious. And they're not customers. They're just random people filming. So now the public that are in that building to do business with the public servants who are there to serve the public does not want to do business with you guys filming. They do not want to be filmed by you guys. So now the public servants have to forget about the will of the public they're there to serve and bow instead to the will of the two idiots with cameras. Because they're idiots with cameras. How does that make sense to these guys? And then when they stop, because as long as these guys are filming, we can't do any transactions. I heard a guy yesterday say, like I say all the time, and it just made me even more, prove me more right, even more. Well, why don't you take them in the back in a private room if they don't want their transactions to be in public? So again, in your better world, in your more free world, we can no longer just walk into a building and take care of our business. No, we have to make the process twice as long and twice as horrible as it already is dealing with government, because every transaction has to be in a locked room with no windows, closed behind closed doors. Where's the transparency in that? These people are lunatics.
Citizens? Are you sovereign citizens, sir?
I think the frauditors are getting their script messed up because the officers are not sovereign citizen. If someone is acting like a sovereign citizen, it would be the frauditor that think that they are above the law and they can do whatever they want whenever they want.
Every time. And the sole reason of recording cannot be a reason for them to stop working and remove us from the property. There has to be some type of crime committed. That's why his trespass was rescinded, because if we try to take this to hearing, there's nothing. You have nothing. We're allowed to be here. We're allowed to record here. The courts have already ruled.
And I know you know who I am now, but you don't know my YouTube channel?
I haven't looked at it now.
You know it though, right? They told you my channel?
Cam something.
Cammed Up Caveman? Yeah, it's on there. You'll see how Timothy lied to you.
You lied to
And
me.
the,
Where are all your other cameras?
they're in the car.
Oh, okay.
I didn't wear a camera in here. I just picked
So
this
he's
up
being
when I came out
trespassed.
here.
He's not even.
I haven't
recording,
even
he's being trespassed.
recorded and they're trespassing me, okay? One over there.
Where you going?
Over there to the other officers.
All right.
So you had your cameras off? That was smart.
We're allowed to when we're having an officer discussion.
You know that law, right?
That's not a law, that's our agency policy.
Okay. And you do understand that I wasn't recording in there, correct?
Okay, that's fine. You're still disturbing the business.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Timothy lied to you again. How long have you been an officer?
So August will be 5 years now.
All here at Pasco?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Because I'm being trespassed for no reason now. You understand that, right?
So you're being trespassed because you're violating our policy.
What policy?
Calling a disturbance.
What policy?
Now, can you imagine? And I know they always argue that it's different, but it's not. Can you imagine if I went into his house and he asked me to leave and I refused to leave? And so he called the cops. And when the cops got there, he said, "This dude was in my house and I want him out." And I tell the cop, "I didn't commit a crime. He can't ask me to leave." "Well, he's trespassing in my house." "Yeah, but you keep saying that I can't be trespassed unless I commit a crime. Me physically being in your house isn't a crime." "Yes, it is. It's trespassing." "Wait, but you always say that you can't be trespassed unless you commit a crime to be trespassed. There has to be something that causes them to trespass. They can't ask you to leave just to ask you to leave. You can't ask me to leave your house just because you're asking me to leave your house. If they can't ask you to leave their business just because they're asking you to leave, then you can't ask me to leave your house just because you're asking me to leave. It's the same thing. But that's private property, not public. Yeah, but you're saying trespassing can't exist without a crime. That's your argument. Your argument isn't that it's public or private until we bring that up. Then you say, "Oh, it's public and we can do whatever we want." No. Trespassing is, if they ask you to leave, you leave. If you don't, you're trespassing. Why is that such a complicated idea for these people to understand? Why can't they get that simple concept? And then they'll make the argument, "Well, what if they asked me to leave because I was black? Or because of my religion, or because of this and that?" Let me tell you something. I got news for you, pal. If you get trespassed due to race, creed, color, religion, sexual orientation, any of the things covered under the law, you will have lawyers, attorneys, legitimate ones, lining up around the street to get their hands on your case pro bono because that's an easy win. You would absolutely tear them up in court. So there's the answer to your question. Well, what if they ask me to leave because I'm black? Well, then you leave and you sue them out of business and you'll win easy and you'll get the best damn lawyer you could possibly get for free because they're chomping at the bit for a big, juicy case like that. That's an easy win. That's what would happen if they asked you to leave for one of those reasons. But you would still leave. You would still have to leave. But then afterwards, you'll sue them and you'll win easy peasy. Yes, Zerzu Zyquin has a good point. Because they're not people, they're things. Get out of my business, you frauditor thing.
Policy. The door says there's no recording.
I wasn't recording.
Right?
I've
So
already told
it's
you
not,
that.
It's not illegal to record in a public place, as you know that, right? But if it's their policy and they're asking you not to record, they have a right to trespass you because you're causing disturbance to their business.
But something you need to understand is if something isn't illegal normally, it's not illegal because a policy was created. You can't create a policy that violates someone's rights, you know?
I mean, the officer put it plain and simple, very easy to understand for the frauditor, but he still doesn't get it. It's not illegal to record in there, but if you break the building's policy, then you could be trespassed. And if you refuse to leave, then that's illegal. And that's how all these frauditors get arrested. But yet this guy still doesn't get it.
Understand that, right?
Okay, but you can't disturb someone's business, right?
I wasn't. I was standing still waiting to serve him, but he kept ignoring me.
So listen, that's what they're telling me, right?
They lied to you again.
He may have, right?
Yes,
I
Janice.
can't say that she's lying. I can't say that you're lying.
Now, if I had video footage of it, I could show you, right?
If you want to show me,
I didn't video it. I didn't start videoing it until I went outside with y'all.
Well,
Until I had police activity.
So again, their policy is not to record. However, right?
But I didn't record
I
inside.
understand. Listen to what I'm saying. So their policy is not to record. However, if someone's accusing you of something, pull out your phone. Like, it's not illegal, right? At the end of the day, right? But I have to go based on what he's telling me, what you're telling me, and what I can prove at the time, right? I have a bunch of citizens who came here to do whatever they needed to do that seem pretty upset.
And did you investigate? Did you ask them whether I was recording?
Here's another thing, actually, that I don't talk about a lot. That's a good point out, and this brings it up now. So I'll talk about it now. This whole idea, and they always do this, right? Every time they always do this. Janice, this is Canned Up Caveman. This dude is not him. This is the cop he's talking to. Where he audits is pretty much Zephyr Hills. Some of the places that Canned Up Caveman audits are literally like right there. Like sometimes I watch Canned Up Caveman videos, I see what's going on behind him, and it's the buildings are like I can walk, they're right there. And I always thought if I ever accidentally went into one of these guys out in public, it's gonna be him. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So the point I was trying to make is that what law did I break? Well, wait a minute. You're not in handcuffs right now. You're not being thrown into the back of the car. So who said you broke a law? They do that all the time. If a cop says anything to them, well, what law did I break? Who said anything about you breaking the law? See, they seem to have this idea that a police officer cannot even speak with you. He can't even say hi. He can't even ask you how you doing unless you did something illegal. Like the police are not even allowed to look at you if you didn't do something illegal. And think about that when you're watching these videos and their police interactions start to make a little bit more sense. Not that they make more sense, but what's going on in their heads. Understanding what's going on in their heads, it's like, oh, I see. They think that the only time a police officer is allowed to even speak to you is if you did something illegal. So the second the cop comes up to them and says, hey, what's up? Ah, I didn't break any laws. How dare you speak to me? I didn't do anything illegal. You can't touch me. Ah. You got to watch my video where I did an audit outside of the physical therapy place in Zephyr Hills. It might be the same place you're talking about with the little hot dog vendor there. Anyway, maybe. I don't know. Advent or no, it's not Advent. Florida Medical Center. All right. Anyway, Janice says that she does her physical therapy in Zephyr Hills. She hopes she never runs into canned up caveman in the wild. Yeah, that would be scary. But anyway, yes, it's always this idea of what did I do that was illegal? What law did I break? We're not telling you broke the law. And what he's trying to explain, and the guy in caveman is not listening to him. If they ask you to leave, you have to leave because they asked you to. Done. Yeah, but they're lying about why. I didn't ask them why. Well, why won't you go in there and investigate? Did they ask you to leave? Yes. Did you leave? No. You're trespassed. Bump-a-da-da. It's that easy. Yeah, but aren't you going to find out that... No. Did they ask you to leave? Yes. Did you leave? No. Bam! You're trespassed. Thank you. End of story. Again, if you were trespassed for legitimately bad reasons, then you can file a lawsuit. And if they legitimately did do it the wrong way, you will win. Easy peasy. None of these guys want to go through the court system. They all want to hoop and holler about the Constitution and the First Amendment, some of them the Second Amendment, a lot of them the Fourth Amendment, but they all want to ignore the Constitution. You know, the amendments are the amended parts, like after it, right? And the actual Constitution explains exactly how the judicial system works. And it has nothing to do with arguing with the cop on the side of the road. The cop isn't the judge. The cop isn't the lawyer. It isn't for the cop to decide. You take it to court. If they're legitimately violating your rights, you take it to court. You want to quote the Constitution, but you don't want to follow it. Because you don't understand it, because if you had a brain, you wouldn't be a frauditor in the first place. So you have to assume these idiots have no idea. Because if they did, they wouldn't be doing this. They'd know better.
Or not, whether I had a phone in my hand or a camera on me. Are you going to? You think they're all going to be here by the time you get done with this?
I don't know. I hope so. But so I mean, at the end of the day, all this doesn't matter because you're saying you're not trespassing, right? You're the one.
You're saying that I'm trespassing. You're trespassing.
But you two are telling me that you guys aren't trespassing.
I'm telling you that if I am being trespassed, I'm being trespassed illegally. And you're a lieutenant, or is that a corporal?
No. This is
lieutenant.
No, FTL. So I'm a field training officer. So I train new deputies.
Oh, that's even better.
686-159.
So what are they doing? They're still going through?
Yeah.
What crime are they putting on there?
I don't know. He just looked up the
policy enforcement.
Policy.
Are you policy enforcement?
If you guys don't mind, we're gonna walk up.
And you understand that I wasn't recording in there, correct? You understand? You didn't see my camera until I came outside, correct?
During the appeal process, you have every opportunity to go up there and say that.
we're gonna speak at the front of the business if you don't mind.
Who is?
Me, you two, and Tim. We're gonna have a conversation.
Les, please.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Sir, please just follow the law.
So let's look at their silly demands. They demand a formal letter of apology from Deputy Crawford and Deputy Schrock, a department-wide training on the First Amendment and citizens' right to record matters of public interest, law enforcement officers, and government officials in the course of their duties in publicly accessible, non-restricted areas and public spaces. And they also demand department-wide deputy training on Pasco County Code of Ordinance trespass warnings for public property. They have a lot of demands, but I have a feeling that their little lawsuit is just going to end up in the garbage, where all the lawsuits from frauditors end up.
Their policy is not lawful. Okay? They're not policy.
How long have you been an officer, Schrock, if you don't mind me asking?
Like 2.5 years.
2.5 years? What about you, ma'am?
And you know what? I want to bring this up too. And I mentioned this the other day as well. I always say this, and that right there, I think, goes to prove my point for me even more. If they got what they want, realistically, if they got what they wanted, what would happen? Everyone would be trained everywhere that when you see a guy walk in with the camera, ignore them and let them film. Great. So now they won, and all employees and all public businesses will leave you alone when you film. What are you going to do about the customers? What are you going to do about the people who are in there who don't like you filming them? What are you going to do about the customers who don't want to be on your camera and you refuse to stop filming them? There's only one possible way to control those people. Tyranny! They would have to make laws that would force the general public to allow you to film against their will. And that is the problem that none of you douche canoes ever seem to understand. Well, we're allowed legally to film the cops and the security personnel and this and that. Great. It's the customers. They're the ones that are telling you, dude, don't film me. And you're saying, I can film whatever I want. I can see in public. It's the customers that you guys love to pepper spray all the time. It's the customers, the random people, the regular people. That's why I say the frauditors are the tyrants. Because the only way the government can control what we do if we don't want you filming us is through tyrannical control, where they're going to force us to bend to your will because you're the frauditor. Send a memo out telling all the people who work there to leave us alone. Please leave us alone, man. So what if they did? That's not going to make the customers change their minds. So what's the next thing you do? You're going to force the customers to change their minds against their will? Walk into the DMV and just start pepper spraying everybody there while the employees literally have to leave you alone and let you do it? How is that a better world? You guys are lunatics. You're nuts. You're insane. If there's any frauditors watching this, well, they're not going to learn. Who am I kidding? They'll never understand anything except for how to cash their check from AdSense.
6.5.
So, gentlemen, we are trespassing you today for
what
torturous
crime?
interference in a business practice,
Torturous interference?
and we appreciate.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Is there anything else you need from me? No. Very good.
What did
Thank
you
you.
say?
Thank you, John.
You do know that I wasn't recording in there, correct?
So again,
This is a coward, guys. Come on. That's a coward right there.
Mr.
The appeal process is
Okay, he's a coward. Why? Why is he a coward? Because he didn't start throwing hands? where you guys would have immediately pepper sprayed him and then had those cops arrest him? Why is he a coward? Because he doesn't want you in his business and he didn't go hands-on and throw you out himself? That's the other thing that none of these guys seem to understand. If you want someone to leave your building and they won't leave, you got two options. Grab them and throw them out yourself, in which case you're the bad guy because you went hands-on, or you call the cops and have them do it. He's a coward. Why? Because he didn't go hands-on? If he did, you guys would be having him arrested right now. Scumbags!
Garbage.
Okay. Right, so
It's the easy way.
So
for
you're
you
going to
take care
enforce
of it.
policy and not the
Okay.
law. Is that right?
All right, are you done with them?
Mr. Shuck, are you going to enforce policy and not the law?
You can leave now.
So you're not going to enforce the law?
You can leave now.
I don't know.
We
Is
need to
that an
wait for
answer
this
my
paperwork,
question?
right?
Copies, you
I
can
don't
leave.
want anything. What crime is on there?
okay, it's not a crime, it's a violation of their policy. Okay, you disturbing the business, okay?
And
So
how do we
you
do
guys
that?
can take these if you want, or you can drop them and I'll
And
pick
how is
them
he
up.
saying we disturb the business before I take it?
Okay, so you were recording and you were disturbing people in there, right?
Oh.
So recording, right?
We're done with that. You want to appeal?
I wasn't recording. I've told you that.
Give it to him, and then we.
You're
Again,
taking another false report?
listen, again, you're
This is
being
a false
trespassed.
report.
So if you don't start moving,
Have a
you're
good
not
day.
gonna
You
be
go.
able-
Okay, you took another false report.
Well, there you have it. The losers did a massive walk of shame after getting trespassed. These guys were making no sense whatsoever throughout the entire video. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy videos like this one, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
All right. Awesome sauce. That was so great. I love watching these guys get trespassed. I really love watching them get arrested. That would be the real deal stuff right there. Oh my goodness gracious me. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good one. It's been 3 hours. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Love you guys. Thank you once again for joining me. Love you, love your support. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, June 10th, on this very channel, Frauditor Follies YouTube channel, with me and Frauditor News Network, our guest, Frauditor Rank. All right. And then on June 17th, ladies and gentlemen, the rematch of News Now Hoodoo and Black R9. All right. And then on June 24th, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be joined by the one and only Katie Zed. And then on July 1st, both Dan and Becker from the Welsh News Network will be here. And then on July 8th, Devo Snake. July 15th, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, we're going to be doing 777. All right. On July 22nd, Mark, the sarcastic law student, will be here. And then on July 29th, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the legendary, the mystical, the magnificent Mrs. Schrodinger's cat. All right. And then on August 5th, ladies and gentlemen, Frauditor Roundup is going to be here. That's right. I want to thank all you cool cats and hip hipsters for hanging out and joining me today on this beautiful Tuesday. We're just going to get you some Miles, baby. Elvis Snone's going to take us out on a chill vibe. We're going to chill. We're going to have a chill day, ladies and gentlemen. Go home. Yeah. Come on.